yeah, I see you there. Baru masuk ke tampangan ad. Dude, I need it, okay? I need those. I mean, you know, if you wanna... Again, like I said, like, you know when I say sometimes it's just coming in and give me a view and you're already supporting me, this is how. Well, yeah, anyway, so yeah, welcome back, everyone. Yeah, just gonna be another react. I think maybe we might do 4 reacts today. Might. Keyword is might because I still haven't finished edit like the last batch of react yet, and I'm already here like another batch, which. I mean, to be fair, it's not like some crazy edit. Actually, it's really just, you know, it's really just okay. I'm just gonna find a section where we're in. I'll just cut out the part where, you know, I probably just like left midway, or like, you know, cut out the part with the ads, and I'll just go like, you know, take a piss. Usually that's how it works. Yeah, but as far as the react goes, I'll try to actually like, you know, like pause for like the ads, like that much I could do. But I mean, there was a time where you actually got like a gifted, so that wasn't really much of a concern. But yeah, I got a punny for you. What do you call it when the deaf began brandishing weapons during altercation? What? Death threats. Death threats. Good one, good one. Yeah, no, we're just gonna be here. We're just gonna be waiting for yeah, we're just gonna waiting for like everyone to join in. You know, just the usual. Oh yeah, background music is on. That's good. Yep, things. I mean, everything is good for the time being. Anyway, so yeah, how's everyone doing right now? Like, how are you doing, Sunny? Also, can I just say this? Like, tomorrow I'm actually gonna go, like, you know, like, it's yeah, tomorrow I might go, actually not might, I'm going like cosplaying tomorrow at like a local con, and I might make a vlog out of it. Might. Yeah, tomorrow I'm actually gonna go cosplay for like, you know, for like a first time in a while. Like, I don't think I've like ever cosplay anything like in like this year. Yeah, I don't think I've done any cosplay, and I'm just sort of like missing it. So yeah, it's just gonna be a local con tomorrow. I'm just gonna do like a little cosplay, and maybe I'll just try. Like, I'll try to like vlog with like while in how was it? Yeah, I'll just like try to like do a vlog while in costume, which actually is also me. I'm just gonna like reveal my where I'm from. Near general Warburg 40k battle. So war soundtrack is the Imperial Spawn theme. Ah, right. Oh, you mean like they're like same composer or something like that? Is it like you say like they're from the same composer? Oh, they sound similar. Ah, right. So what are we watching tonight? I'm just gonna show you. Maybe 3 or 4, but it's continuing from like yesterday, like the theme. If you're still wishing for like the SCP or the Fallout, no, I don't know, man. I think I might not gonna be watching these at all. I might not watching these at all. I'm just like looking at like, oh, I kind of like this, like find it interesting, but yeah, the 3 we're gonna watch is like, I'm just gonna go back, to do like this little like scary stuff, and then so we watch like 5 scary things caught on camera and real life Bigfoot. This one, and then we watch this one, the Lost Tapes, which I have like a lot like to like talk about, because I used to like my friend who used to have like Astro, he introduced me to like Lost Tapes, and after this one we watch like giants hiding in the deep ocean. This one, yeah, just like like the whole creature feature theme tonight. And if I feel like like I'm not tired, then we'll like end it like another one. The plesiosaur was Evolution Strangest mistake. Just to like sort of complete like our like creature feature week again, I guess. Just creature. Yeah, they must have as much like virtual dust as your Steam and Gunpla backlog. How dare you, Sonny? How dare you? I mean, we could watch this instead. I don't know, but at this point, I'm just kind of like, I kind of like, I don't want to watch it. At this point, I'm just like, who cares? If I feel like it, I'll watch. Like, I'll come back to it if I feel like it. Yeah, basically I'm also like adopting like what Bandai's mindset right now. It's whatever, like whatever. It's everything is just like oh, if I feel like it now, because there's like like Bandai's release reprint schedule like these days. I talk to the boss, even the boss says like, yeah, just depending like what when they feel like it. Or like in Cantonese we like to say like 睇心情啫, like for Bandai. But yeah, actually also I have this one. 1 month. I think we might watch this like sometime like next week. Yeah, next, this one I think we can just remove this. Just the whole thing about like Con, like it's just beating a dead horse now. I'm just like, you know what? I think we are way over, you know, like Concord now. We're just beating the dead horse. I just like remove that. What's your excuse? Even I've been burning through a battle of which I've said through the month, I'm still halfway through and replenishing with new funds. What's your excuse? What excuse? Excuse for what? I think if anything, I think maybe I mean, you want to like round off like the whole tech thing. Actually, you know what? Let's just we like check this one out first. Yeah, there's actually one that okay, you know what? I'm just gonna say it's just, you know, okay. What if, right? We just make like an entire okay, because I think you can't see it like in here. Let me just change to display capture. Yeah, here. What if, right? Like I just added this. Already have this. Tank fleet. Watch later. And this one, right? What if we just have 1 week? It's just all about like North Korea. Like we just have like a big, you know, it's like, yeah. How about this? Like probably like a 2-hour feature of just North Korea. Like how's that? 2-hour feature like just North Korea. Like, you know, we have like a quadrilogy. Yeah, because we had done last week, and I kind of like this channel, and again, I usually want to just go for like, you know, videos that are not too like, you know, that are like a bit older, so I don't like take away like his traffic and everything. Yeah. But yeah, so I think maybe like one of these weeks, we might, you know, like let's do like what? A North Korea special. Yeah, which means I think this is gonna be like here, Air Force. Like, what's the order? We're just gonna watch it in order. Yeah, Air Force, submarine, tank, metro. Yep. You just have all this lined up together, and because otherwise I think I can just put this one up like higher. Higher, oh yeah, these two. Yeah, the Temu thing. You're gonna have to like get to this like someday. Okay, I don't know, man. You know what? You know, I'm gonna save these three in like a row, and then these two I tend to like do it like together. So I think I can just sort of have an excuse where I don't have to edit like everything. We're just gonna like watch this like back to back. It's like, yeah, I was seeing that Tupolev 22 with me realize how it's people seems that people don't talk about like the Sukhoi 24. Everyone's frog food, flanker, fulcrum. What about a fencer? What about strike fighter NATO Navy's genuine fear here about hearing vampire from like sea skimming radar contacts? Okay, I don't think I've heard of that. Like the whole like the vampire thing. Yeah, vampire is a term for anti-ship missile alert for NATO navies. Ah. Alright, yeah, that's I like how they just pick words that definitely like get attention. It was like what, vampire, like imagine someone just starts screaming vampire, it's like huh? It's like yeah, sure. Someone's gonna like take notice. That yeah, I think that's sort of like that's the order. Okay, you know what? These three. I don't even know if I'm actually gonna like watch these like at all. Like the Fallout, Fallout, SCP Black Meridian. I think SCP I might consider like going back to it because I don't want to just like just make it like all about like just the scary like the ghost video stuff. I don't just make it like just about that. Which I mean I don't mind it. I can like do of those like more often. Yeah, I mean for which US military like watch you go faster than, but that's those sound lame. I think it's the army because I heard of it from this guy like this channel Mike Burnfire. Like, I heard it from him. Like oh, it's not called sneaker, those are called go fasters. And I think it's just like the army just want to be like. I think it's just want to like I think it's more of like a test for like the privates, like how well they can like I'll just watch them. I'm really interested in my opinion. Which I think might as well just watch them live, right? Might as well just like watch them live. Okay, actually maybe how about this? I'm gonna pair this. I'm gonna reorganize some of these. Okay, the SCP I think we can do like what back to back. Okay, we're just gonna add one more to like this. IQ test maybe. Yeah. Yeah, the Temu one. I do want to like get into it like one of these days. I think when I gonna like consider like changing so like my like changing like my format a bit soon. But that's it. I'm gonna stick to like the current format like as of now, because I think I don't know, maybe I'm just gonna keep at this for like another month until like AMG is over. I'm just gonna see how is it like after AMG, and then maybe after that like AMG give it a bit more time, and then I'll try like a new format, because I'm just sort of want to like count on like I might gonna get like a bit of a like new audience in AMG. I hope. That's just sort of like a point of like registering for the the AMG VTuber Alley. So hey Billy Crimson, hey, welcome in man, my man. But yeah, but this I think this is the first time you're here for the React stuff, right? But yeah, usually like every Saturday I'll just do like React, like like usually just 3 videos. But this time if I can, I mean if I don't feel like I want to just like tumbang like that, then I'll just like I can do a 4th one. I mean unlikely, but Because otherwise, I think we're just gonna ditch this like the plesiosaur to like I'm just gonna dump it with like the Temu one. Or I'm just gonna, yeah, I think probably just gonna dump it with like the Temu one, because this is actually quite a 20-minute video. It's actually it's not a short video. It's not a short video by any means, like 20 minutes. I mean, if you want to add in sometime, I might pause for like a little commentary, then like, yeah, it might gonna be a stretch out like a little bit. Sometimes maybe like over like 30 minutes long, like 40 minutes. Like when was like the last like the last video I do like a react on? What was the last video I do a react on? Yeah, the Honda S2K, like, yeah, that one stretched all the way to like 50 minutes. So man, who knows? I think maybe one of these yeah, but I think maybe next week I'm gonna do like a triple feature of sorts. But yeah, I'm just gonna like drag this like down. Let me just reorganize this. Ah man, it's going out of order. Oh, fucking hell. Let me just get this. Let me just sort this up. Yeah, it's getting out of order. Okay, they're in order now, like the order that I want to be in. Okay, good. But yeah, otherwise I think we might just wait like another week, and we also have like, you know, like 1 month for like this video, so I don't like take away like the traffic when I'm doing like doing and then uploading like the react stuff. But anyway, you know, I think after this other run of ads, I'm gonna like start the video. I'm gonna like start the video. So we're gonna start off with this one, 5 scary things caught on camera and real life Bigfoot. This was like, you know, 7 years ago, very old video. So yeah, I think it should be over like in relatively quick. Yeah, man's acting like rearranging video into place into all this, gonna help him like watch them. I think it's just more so I don't have to like, you know, like I can like sometimes if I want to, right, let's say I'm just a bit lazy on the edit, I can just do like what, a triple feature. I can just watch it like one shot. Like I don't have to like do another like intro like in between. I'm just like, you know what, one shot. And most people will just like play an ad and then like we'll run the ad and then we just do like go for like another like, you know, we just pause in the middle for like an ad and then we just like go with it. But yeah, it's just, again, I hope you don't mind. I'm just gonna run the ad like another time. Just gonna wait for it. But you know, I'm just gonna run it now. So yeah, while I gonna go like take a piss, maybe, but we'll see. Okay, I'm just gonna turn down the music and just have it ready. Yeah, this one. All reliable. Yeah, it's been a while so like I did one of these. It's been a long time. Yeah, it reminds me of the time I helped someone neatly arrange dusty new books. All that changed was relocating them from sofa into the bookshelf. Still hasn't read any of them to this day. To be fair, I do have a book that I still haven't finished yet. It's just like a book like called like the Steak. Yeah, the Steak from like Top Gear. It's just that. And it's just like a parody book of sorts, like it's just like, yeah, what do you expect from like the Top Gear trio? Which, speaking of which, right? I do heard the Grand Tour is now gonna continue with like three new hosts. So like, I'm not sure about that, but I do heard it's actually like what I think it's personally picked by like the trio as well. Okay, I just gotta wish for one thing. If they're gonna like go for it, like at least they don't do the mistake of like what the BBC did with Top Gear, which they want to like force like the relationship of like the host. But I think this time I just gonna like they're just gonna take a book of like like the way back, like the old, when Jeremy, James, and Richard like first worked together. I think they're gonna like take like that approach, like let them like get accustomed to each other first, like like in from the outset, like, just let it make it dry, don't ham it, just let them be themselves, let them be comfortable with each other first, then over time, then like I think that's how like that's what makes like the whole like the trio works, like the first time is they actually like they have like time to like get used to like to each other first, and then like now we get like now they're like just iconic now. They're gonna force it and cash on nostalgia like Mythbusters, which wait, they do like a new Mythbusters, which I mean, to be fair, I don't really mind like, if Mythbusters gonna get like a new host, because I think again, like I said, if they want to force it, it's like then like yeah, I can see the problem there. But I think the whole thing about Mythbusters is it's really about like the science. Like yeah, I think it's all about like the science. Yeah, it's the BBC that threatened their citizenry with legal action for not having a tele license. Oh, you have a license for that, mate? uh, anyway, I think ad is gonna like start soon, so I'm just gonna go out, take a piss first, and then I'll return while the ad run itself. So yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back soon. Alright, I'm back. Ooh, the hantu dalam ruang tu. Is it? Gonna ask why your brother is having an eye twitch movement while you're AFK. I think... no, I think maybe that's just how like the model is. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm just gonna actually just have my plushie here with me. I don't know why. I just took my plushie out for like a little bit, and I just thought, you know what, it's just gonna like put it back on the bed anyway. So I'm just gonna take it out, just put it with me on my lap, with like, you know, all snuggled up as well. But yeah, we are back with the we like edits over, so I'm gonna do the intro and we'll properly start now. So I'm just gonna get a drink. Alright, here goes. Hello YouTube, I'm KirisakiJake. Tonight, we are back to Nuke's Top 5. It has been a while. Shut up, phone. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is like all like 7 years ago.
Caught on camera. Bigfoot. Sasquatch versus tree.
Oh, so it's just a Bigfoot.
Workers
All
at a
about
construction
Bigfoot.
site in Alberta, Canada, noticed a large
Oh
dark
god,
figure coming out of
the
mist
background music is
from nearby
loud.
woods. One of the workers grabbed his phone and began filming the large shape.
Oh yeah, okay, now I see something, yeah.
He's kind of coming over the...
Yeah. Just through the tree.
What? Wait, what?
Now, in the original copy of this video, very little can be made out. All we hear are the construction workers talking about
Yeah,
something
I
in the
can't see
misty
shit
woods,
either.
quote, throwing a tree. But YouTuber Thinker Thunker stabilized and enhanced the video, revealing a much better image of what the workers saw in the mist.
Oh, damn. Yeah, bro throwing it like a spear. Although, like what? Like what tree is this actually? I see this
A
sort of
large dark
tree.
figure can be seen
Like see this sort of tree like a lot like in like other like, you know, like Animal Planet documentary. I see these trees a lot like in Animal Planet, Discovery, National Geographic. I took a plushie to the bathroom. No. It's in my bag, which is just happens to be on the floor, and it's still like, you know, like my plushie is still in the bag. So I just took it out and just put it here with me. But and we're like, what sort of tree is this? Like this white bark tree, cause
seen lurking at the edge of the woods, and then actually picking up a tree with one hand and hurling it 30 to 40 feet.
yeah, that's I don't know, man. Okay, that's unexplained. Wait, like it could be okay, it's not like there is like, it's in Alberta, Canada, right? Alberta, Canada. Okay, well, like what sort of animal is in like Alberta, Canada? Like I mean it is quite like a lot of wilderness. So like what sort of animal can like pick up like according to this guy, like pick up a tree and like throw it like what, 30, 40 feet? How much is 30 feet actually? Like how much is 30 feet? Yeah, I'm sorry, you know, I used the metric system, the base, you know, the correct form of measurement. Like, so yeah, how much is 30 feet?
Through the air. So is this evidence of a Bigfoot caught on tape? Is it a fake tree? Or is it just someone in a Sasquatch suit with truly amazing arm strength?
I don't know about throwing a tree like that. That's like a lot of like strength, which, I mean, it could be someone with that much strength. I mean, there are people that strong, but I'm not sure if it's like what. You have to take into consideration. This is like in like a construction, near a construction site, right? why are you trolling people near a construction site? That's grounds for like what? I'm sure that's grounds for like an arrest. If like somebody decided to call like the cops, like that's grounds for arrest. Like what the hell? If it is someone, like what the hell are they doing there? Like why are they like throwing a tree? But anyway, like, yeah, we'll just continue.
You decide. The Russian Yetis. Now, the accounts of Bigfoot-type creatures from Russia tend to be more of the Yeti/abominable snowman variety. The Yeti is considered to be a slightly different creature from the North American Bigfoot, but similar enough that the names Yeti
Oh
and
yeah,
Bigfoot
I know
are
this
often
art. They always
confused
use
or
this
used
art of like the
interchangeably.
Yeti, which is actually from
First
Lost
clip, some
Lost
guys are
Tapes.
driving on a snowy Russian
Foreshadowing.
forest road near the Ural Mountains. The region is infamous for Yeti sightings. The travelers have a strange encounter all their own.
Okay, what if like this, like all these Yeti in like what the Russia, Ural, where's the Ural region at? No, not just arrest, just remove from site if deemed unsafe, but they're far from work sites, so I don't know, man. Throwing a tree, I mean throwing it at them, right? So yeah, I mean that's really like I mean, I want to call it animal behavior, but then but there are people who behaves like animal, me included sometimes when I'm looking at some hot cosplayers, but I digress. But also like this whole like encounters of like Yeti in Russia, like are you sure it's like a Yeti, or you can't be sure it's just a really big dude in like what, white camouflage gear? because Russia and whatever sort of like shady shit that's like that's out there in Russia. Okay, I see that one. Oh my god, stalling here, yeah, that's the worst place you gotta stall your engine.
The car's driver, Vadim Gilmanov, swears that the footage is 100% real. He says that it could have been someone pulling a prank, but it would have been a very rare location for a joke, as the site was in a mountain forest in the middle of nowhere.
And I think that's just a dude in a thick white coating.
Delving even further into the legend of the Russian Yeti, in this video, 5 young Russian boys find some rather large footprints in the snow.
Yes, what
and
is it?
decide to
Yeah, Sergey, this man from Narodnanya every now and then to spook them locals.
follow them to see where they lead.
I don't know about this, man. Like, why do these footprints like what in a straight line? Why are these footprints in a straight line? Also, you know what? Yeah, Russians literally built different. Wait, also, are these footprints even like facing forward? I don't know, man. I mean, that said, how would you even like make those footprints? Cause, I mean, you could say it's like what? Like it's like literally like big footprints, but what? Like, you could just say it's just really like big snow boots or whatever, because like I think from what I know, snow boots are really huge, and sometimes driving in a snowboard can sometimes lead to accident because like the sole is just that like that wide. And plus these are kids, right? Okay, yeah. I mean, like those area in Russia, I mean, they're as inhospitable as they can get. So Probably there might be some animals. I mean bears. It's always bears usually. It's always bears. Yeah, but the first one is just a dude actually. Like that's quite I mean, I always say like this Bigfoot, like this like really huge ape,
When the boys
human-like
find
creature, but
something in
that-
the woods
that-
at the end of the
I
tracks,
mean, it looks just
seem
like
to
a
wish they had
like
never
a
decided to
like a
investigate.
dude size dude, like the first one. Also, subtitle not lighting up here.
Пошли нахуй отсюда. Пошли быстрее.
So are these two examples of Russian Yetis, or just elaborate hoaxes? Let me know what you think.
I think the
down
first
in
one
the
is just a
comments.
dude-sized dude.
The albino Bigfoot.
The
Residents
Yeti, you
of
mean?
Carbondale, Pennsylvania have been
Okay,
reporting
Pennsylvania.
strange sightings and bizarre noises from
If
the
I
woods. for
remember correctly, my
weeks.
friend is in
Some of the odd
Pennsylvania
reports
studying.
mentioned something that looked like a monkey or ape, even though, of course, no such animals can be found in the region. Allegedly, one night a Carbondale resident heard bizarre sounds emanating from the woods behind his home. He grabbed his video camera and went to investigate.
Yeah, I think it's like what? If it's not on film, like, you know, is it real? And of course you have this like just really terrible flash. It's just like illuminating this one tiny spot. Oh,
As if this incident weren't bizarre enough, what made this
That's
report
a
different from
mask.
most Bigfoot sightings is that the creature seems to be covered in striking, all-white fur.
that is a
As
mask.
usual, online debate was fierce. Many claimed that the video was simply a man in a suit and a mask. Some video analysts claimed that when slowed down, the animal can actually be seen to blink as it moves from the light and move its mouth. But what do you think?
It's a
Is
mask,
this an albino
dude. That's a
Bigfoot caught on
mask.
camera? Or just a guy in a really nice white Sasquatch suit?
That's a
You
dude.
decide. Eyes in the woods. This next video poster does not claim to be any kind of Bigfoot hunter or Sasquatch investigator. Nevertheless, he
Actually, I
was
wonder if
understandably
this
shaken
thing
up
actually
one night
detect
when
like
his
the
two
face on a
200-pound
plushie
English
and would
Mastiffs
think like
came
it's
up to the
me.
patio door of his cabin in the woods, begging to be let back inside. Curious as to what could have possibly spooked the two huge canines, he grabbed his flashlight and shined it into the woods. He was shocked to see what looked like two eyes standing
Oh, it
about
does not
7
detect the
to
plushie.
8 feet off the ground, staring right back at him.
There it is again. That mother, whatever it is. There it is.
There it is. Actually, what is this again? Hold on.
Or Sasquatch investigator. Nevertheless, he was understandably shaken up one night when this video poster does not claim to be any gator, when his two begging to be let back inside in the woods, begging to be let back inside. Curious as to what could
Okay, I think I might have missed that, but I didn't say where it's from. Yeah, maybe the future of mass surveillance will help humanity debunk this. Like, why am I cryptid? Because everyone wearing a body cam or Google Glass in the future. Chat, can you see that? Is that real? Hello, is someone there? Now you mention that, right? I think it's also like what? There's actually less and less sightings of these. With like what? Everyone, like, you know, every cop is like wearing a body cam. People like having trail cam, you know, out in the wilds as a hobby. And everything is like, okay, with all this, I think surely we would have like came across like a legit Bigfoot sighting, like, you know, like one of these days, but yet nothing at all. And also there's like what, drones as well, like, you know, there's a lot of people flying drones everywhere. still nothing. Like, it does makes you think, like, like we have all this advent of like more tech, that we, like, like as we progress, we have more tags that's like available, like more readily available to the masses. But then at the same time, like the signing of this thing like just goes down. Like these creatures, except for Ghost. Ghost somehow like steams, or like they just like never left. I mean, maybe because they are ghosts, Ghosts, they don't left.
Mother whatever it is.
Yeah, I think it's here.
Whatever it is.
I mean, it's just one eye.
It's two forward-facing eyeballs that are just staring right the at it's turning its head.
Shoot it. I mean, it could be just like an animal.
Hey, are you gonna do anything about this mother whatever it is up there? You scared too? Huh?
Oh, come on, man.
What are you guys scared about?
Give him a
Why
break.
don't you go outside?
Oh.
Jesus.
Oh, man. You're horrible,
What the-
dude. Your dog is scared. Come on.
It's still up there.
It's your might. Yeah, and all the camera at 4K HD these days, you can zoom in, record people kilometers
There
away,
it is.
clear version. It has,
Right at me.
that's how advertisers love nothing.
I see it turned its head again.
Yeah, I think this is
You
just an
know,
animal. This is just
I
an
see these
animal.
Bigfoot videos, and they got the grainy, and then I always wonder, why don't they just go run?
Yeah, we're not
at
getting
it?
a new
But
side.
it's
Exactly,
dark up in that
exactly.
hill, and I ain't going. And if the dogs won't go outside, well,
I mean, it's just sort of like this thing I like about like the older, like these old videos. They have like a bit more like cryptids like thingy to them.
Now, there's no evidence that this is a Bigfoot creature, and the
But
poster
yeah, it
doesn't
is,
even claim that it is. But he does say that the spot where the eyes can be seen.
People
is at
learn
a
how to
height of
mind their
around
business
7
and
to 8
bugger
feet,
half
with
upon
no
hair raising
trees
on
or
and
anything
attempting
else
becoming
for
a
an
white
animal to
people in
perch on.
horror films.
So something very tall staring at him. Managed to spook
Yeah.
his two massive, very protective
Yeah, they
English
learn from the
mastiffs.
Asians,
That alone
like us
is
Asians. We
creepy
see a
enough.
building, they just look like
But if you need a clip of a supposed Bigfoot taking an even closer look, there's this clip. The uploader claims that each night the fruits seem
okay.
to just mysteriously disappear from his apple and pear trees. So expecting that it could be a raccoon or some other outdoor pest, he set up a camera. When he checked the footage the next day,
Okay, what is
shocked
it?
by what he
Stealing.
found.
Protect me, Iris. That's a dude, man. Oh wow. Oh wow. Wait, that's a wolf, right? I don't know, that looks more like either a wolf or a bear to me.
Now, much like every supernatural clip on the internet, this video has been the subject of much debate. Some say it looks like a mask or a puppet. Some say it can't be a mask.
Okay, I can
because the
see a
eyes
little
blink
bit
and
more,
react
like,
to the light.
it does look like a
And
bit
then
more
others claim that
ape
there's no eye reaction at all.
light.
So check out the video and decide for yourself. Did this person
A
catch a
mask?
real life Sasquatch taking a peek through their window? Or is it just a hoax? Let me know what
I don't
you
looks
think
more
down
like-
in the comments.
I don't know why, it looks like a bear to me. It looks more like a bear to me. Here.
The Patterson-Gimlin film. The Patterson-Gimlin film is considered to be the most believable Bigfoot video of all time. The 16mm footage was captured all the way back in 1967.
I think it is
near
confirmed that
Bluff
this is
Creek in
actually
Northern
like a dude
California.
in a suit, right?
Roger Patterson caught the footage while filming a horse ride with his friend Robert Gimlin. After spotting the creature, Patterson jumped from his horse to continue filming, which left the film somewhat of a shaky mess. However, through the years, Bigfoot researchers and analysts like M.K. Davis have used various video techniques to stabilize and enhance the film.
Hey, I mean actually that's really good, like the way they stabilize this.
But going back to the time of the original 1967 filming, the Sasquatch footage was screened for special effects experts at both Walt Disney and Universal Studios.
Huh?
The panels agreed that the footage would be almost impossible for even a professional studio to fake.
Wait, they just
given
asked
the
like some
special effects
pro
techniques and equipment available at the time. Over 50 years later, Patterson Bigfoot
wait,
footage
so basically
remains
they
a
say
heavily
like
debated
even like
mystery.
what?
No one
The
has ever been
VFX
able
art.
to prove the footage fake or
Damn.
reproduce a similar film.
Look at that cape, yo,
Remains the
on the
most
gorilla.
believable Bigfoot footage.
The
of all
convenient that
time.
camera is indoors. You think they got a trail camera given how common like those in the West? Maybe they're just not as common, you know, back then because this video is 7 years ago. Like this is an old video, like 20. Yeah, damn, 2019 when things are. Wait, I think back then 2019. I think trail cam should be still like quite available back then. I mean those should be still like quite like widely available back then, like 2019. I mean, to be fair, there's no telling like what year like the video was taken. I mean, just to give like a grainy photo. I mean, it could be older, like could be like very old, like way older than 2019. But I mean, you know, but that's just like up to speculation. But yeah, but yeah, that's the video. So yeah, that's Nuke's top 5. Once again, thank you for the video. Alright. Okay. Well, yep, just in time for like the next video as well.
My fascination with animals.
Yeah, but this one is gonna be like about this one is Andy Cake about Lost Tapes, which I'm gonna say Lost Tapes, that one really brings back some memory. But we have 5 minutes. We have like 5 minutes. I'm just also gonna let this one like I'm also gonna let this one like run, like run like it's run out its time until we like just like give it an ad roll, and then like we'll start as soon as like the ad is over. Well, that's where something or someone keep picking their fruit tree. I mean, to be fair, it is common. Like, I mean, you would think this is just like probably like some kampong, like third world country kampong behavior. You have like people, you have kids like stealing mangoes from like trees, and then like it turns out the owner of the tree is a bomo, and then the kid kena sumpah jadi busung. Yeah, I can imagine the whiplash, of just like, speaking English and then suddenly like, oh, there's bomo and then there's like busong. But I mean, I think maybe it's just human nature. You see a fruit tree, in the wild, quote unquote in the wild. Plus like what, like houses in America, they don't have fences in America, like houses there. There's no fences in like the houses in America. So it's like, yeah, I mean, what makes you think I wouldn't just gonna like walk in the compound and just like pluck a fruit? Especially like the low hanging fruit. But yeah, I'm really just gonna go like I think you know what I think just one of these I learned over the years. It's just like use like my favorite like train of thought is just like the Occam's razor. Like the simplest explanation is probably like the most is like the most likely. Yeah, actually, if you don't mind, I'm gonna look at Discord for a bit. What is it? Me when I spot anything that looks like a Sasquatch from a suburban home video, mine is the front door likes me on me to spotlight me. Where is it, Jeremy Clarkson? But yeah, but yeah, I think the last one is just probably just people in like kampong behavior. The second to last one, actually. Yeah, man, really scared the perimeter with IR thermal scope. Yeah, we just waiting for the app to like run. But I think might as well. Let's just take another piss break. Why not, right? Alright, I'm back. So, yep, ad is over as well. So, yeah, we shall make haste, you know, because video is 27 minutes long and we have like, what, 27 minutes before that the ad starts. So, yeah, I'm just gonna do the intro real quick. Hello, YouTube. I'm KirisakiJake. Tonight we are watching Andy King on Lost Tapes. Man, so much memories of that show.
My fascination with animals truly knows no bounds. When I saw a mouse deer in person for the first time at the age of 24,
Oh, mouse deer, I
fell
think it's
to my knees
conchill,
and
right?
wept like a
It's
child.
oh, it's
Then I had to
cute.
stand back up because it was a raised enclosure, so I couldn't really see. Anyone who possesses a healthy hyperfixation will remind you, however,
Aw.
that Rome wasn't built in a day.
I think it's
And
conchill,
true.
right? Like
The
mouse
bricks for my
deer.
public mouse
It
deer
conchill,
meltdown
right?
took
This one.
decades to place. You could argue, in
Which-
fact, that the
Man,
first bricks laid
it's actually it's
were
been a
largely
while since I
responsible
heard
for
the
my being
word
where I am
mouse
today.
deer
Similar
because
to most boys who were 13
because I think
years old in
directly it's what called
2013,
it's
I
a
had a YouTube
conchill.
channel that no one legitimately watched, but everyone made fun of. I'm going to be vulnerable right now and show that to you.
Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Headsloth and welcome back to the green chair spot. What are we doing today? That is
Aww.
a very good question. Now,
Oh, the early
to conclusion.
days.
Let's take a guess. No guessing.
Let's skip the insults and get right to the facts. The name of my channel was Dr. Headsloth. If you consider the context of what I've been talking about so far, that is a rather obvious combination of hedgehog and sloth, my two favorite animals at the time.
I
The doctor
mean,
part,
hey,
I just
we
thought
have that
sounded
face,
cool and
right?
manly.
We all
Despite
have that
opening myself
face.
up to a potentially excessive
And look at
amount
it
of
go,
scrutiny,
little
my love for those
hedgehog.
animals was
Aw.
effectively what gave me the confidence I needed to put myself out there. I resonated with them in a way that
Aw.
allowed me to take on
I mean,
almost
we all
any
have a style, right? You gotta like put
personality.
yourself
I
out there.
understand personas now. Wow. I learned something today. So
Okay,
yeah,
how do
there
we
are
get
layers
here?
to this shit.
But
You don't just
anyway.
wake up one day having
Yeah,
encyclopedic
when a
knowledge
conchill
about
twitches
the
his
beast
legs
of
like
Grey
those about little
Road.
bugs like
Okay,
mosquito do it
especially
like
if you haven't even looked
same
into
the
Bear Lake
creature.
Monster. I mean, come on. What do you mean, what am I talking about? In 2008, after 12 years of service, Animal Planet, noticing dwindling viewership, decided to rebrand.
Oh
focusing
yeah,
on
I
more mature
remember
topics
this
that would
phase of
emphasize,
Animal
quote,
Planet. Like the app is like
aggressive and
sideways.
predatory portrayal of animals. This to me sounds like someone very high up at the network got their feelings hurt very badly in some kind of situation involving animals. Because holy hell, what a betrayal. Feelings aside, I'm all for a rebrand when necessary. But raising your target age demographic when you're
Yeah, I still remember the tagline back then as well, like the Animal Planet, like with the weird logo.
Yes, it brought us
I actually really like that
toxics
weird
like
logo
river monsters
thing.
and whale wars. But
I never heard of
sprinkling
Whale
between
Wars,
were much
but-
more frightening shows like Monsters
Oh my
Inside
god,
Me
Monsters
and Your
Inside
Worst
Me.
Animal Nightmares.
And-
That one was just a show where
By the
people
way,
talked about their
you can watch
experiences being brutally
River
mauled by
Monst-
various animals. No moral lessons or anything like that, just pure terror. Let's go. It was all fine enough though. At the end
Oh
of the day,
god,
it
I
didn't hurt.
felt that
And to
one.
be fair, the shows were educational. Until they
Mostly educational.
There are creatures, science,
Oh
and
man,
reasons to
this
recognize,
opening.
but
Oh
no
my god, I still remember it's like what? It's a
what is real.
like a 3:4 aspect ratio as well.
Cameras
Oh my god, this opening. Also, can I just say how I used to watch this show? This is like what, way back then. It's like
science
like
meets
what?
legend.
I think it's like I think it's before the 2010s as well. Because I remember
Thanks to lost
I think I'm
tapes,
13
what was
years
once a
old,
safe haven on
right?
sick days had now become dangerous to mix with Benadryl. In this found footage mockumentary style show, viewers
But also, can I just say how I
each
used to watch it, right?
episode learning
You remember
about
back, like
cryptids,
way
animals,
back,
or
like in the
other
early
beings
days of like
present
YouTube.
existence is
But,
disputed
like it's
or
like they call it like the
unsubstantiated
Wild
by
West, right?
science. It's a
back then
concept that
of like the
any
YouTube
rational
days,
adult can grasp
and
with
I
ease.
still remember how I watched it was like I remember my
when this
friend
show
like
came
at
out,
school he
nor
introduced it
were
to
a
me,
majority of
and
its
the
viewers,
first
so the
episode
fake
I think the
found
first
footage
episode he
element only
watched
made
is
it
also like the
more
first
terrifying
episode
and
that I
mass
watched because like, he
hysteria
told me
induced,
about like that
especially
episode.
when posed simply
It's
as
the
stories
Skinwalker
inspired
episode.
by the possibility
And
of
how I
uncrypted
watch it was,
existence.
right?
When you're 8 years
Again, this
old,
is like
you
when
don't
I
read
say
between
like
the
you know like
lines
this is like the
that.
back
You see
then
words, viewer
of
discretion advised on a dark screen, and you get ready to shit your pants. To be fair, they don't do much work outside of
it's
the
like
introduction
what the
screens to let you
old
know what
days
you're about
of
to
like
see
the
is
wild west of
fabricated. So
YouTube.
I'm sure
And
after
what
the
I did
commercial breaks,
is
the occasional
I,
snowball was falling for this as well. But looking back now,
okay, I just need to pause. I'm just sort of like losing my train of thoughts. Again, we just have like a short time before like the ad runs. Like I might have to do it. But wasn't whale watch just about activists forcibly stopping fishing vessel protests against whaling, which is illegal, potentially considered a step behind piracy? I don't know, but as I was saying, now this is like back in like the wild west of YouTube, right? That's like what copyright laws is basically like, you know. It's not like these days we have like what literal AI detection of like the copyright thing. So what it does back then, right? So how I watch it is back then, I'll watch it on YouTube. I'll literally just go to like YouTube, type lost tapes, Skinwalker episode, and it's not even like what like a rip, you know, like a proper rip. It's actually like a camera filming a TV that is playing lost tapes, and that's how I watch it. And you know, of course, it's like what part 1, part 2. You know, it's like the olden days. Like, you know, you go watch anime, and for some reason, the Spanish fan summers work super fast. So it's always like you find the one that's like what sub Espanol part 1. It's like, yeah, it's like those days, man. Like those days. Like, and legit, I don't think I've watched a single episode of Lost Tapes. And I do say this, I watch every episode. I don't think I have watched a single episode legally, like from Animal Planet. Like, it's straight from, like, all of it. I watch it on YouTube. Like, multiple parts.
that's definitely a coyote. After rewatching all
Oh,
34 episodes
man,
of the show,
like
I can
those
confidently
days.
say that not a single episode lacks entertainment value. Season 1, however, contains some particularly daunting material. The very first episode details the story of a Mexican family attempting to cross the
Oh
US
yeah,
border.
illegal.
Folks, this is an Animal Planet show. When things eventually go wrong
Oh yeah,
on their
now
journey,
we
they're
would have
stranded
seen it in like
the
what
desert to
crime
die.
investigation.
And the daughter records the whole thing
And
because
also,
she
this
got
is
a sweet
still
new
like
camera for her
pretty
birthday.
clean
Why not?
camera. Like, this is very good camcorder for its time.
Okay, that's
Also, I like how they actually like put it in like a low angle.
Immigrants to the United States may face along their journey. Carefully crafted within the air-conditioned walls of a Los Angeles writer's room. I mean, can you think of a more American nationalist way to tell this story? Having an illegal immigrant family be the victims of a chupacabra attack as they attempt to cross the border? Then, of course, here comes U.S. Border Patrol, our fucking heroes.
And apparently,
They know
like,
just
these-
what to do when it comes to,
Apparently, this like
other
I
worldly
heard, right?
threats.
This is just filter. It's not even like a legit, you know, like legit like police, like dash cam, or
The near silent screens of
Oh,
informative
what, like
text
body
that are
cam? It's just a
intermittently placed
filter.
throughout the episodes definitely don't help. Sure, they serve to provide helpful context about the environment in which the stories
is that
take
part of
place,
manga where
but every
Vietnamese
now
are
and then
tied with
they'll
the
throw
quickest
out
scan
an
and
off-color
translate
fact or
swifter
statement
than
that
official
makes
releases
you
and
raise
without
an
like
eyebrow.
drama of English releases. I think even back then it's all like what? Like most anime, I think even like some, I mean it's what I call it like a bootleg like DVD, right? Like legit, I do remember I have a oh my god, it's not even like, it's just sprayed on like, or it's not even like, I think it's just like
Yeah,
PC
wonder why.
like
Episode 6
editing.
has my favorite example of this. This one talks about cave demons, which are these winged humanoid bat-like creatures. One account also describes them as having eerie feminine features. So I'm assuming that guy was fighting multiple demons. He definitely just didn't want to admit that he found it attractive. Well, I did a decent amount of research on these things.
Scripted
and by
nonsense,
decent,
right?
I do, of course, mean the cryptid fan wiki, because that is the only place that has really any information about a majority of the creatures on this show.
Of course, fan
Turns
wiki.
out they've supposedly been spotted all around the world. Brazil, Mexico, Vietnam.
I mean, isn't there
Cameroon,
is like a
Senegal,
really
Ghana.
huge bat? Like,
You
I think
wanna
it's
know
called
where
like a
they've never
flying
been
fox,
spotted?
right? Which
Afghanistan.
I believe is different
winter
from
of 2001,
a
US
fox
Special
bat.
Forces led an intense
And I'm not
bombing
talking about a
campaign in
plane.
the Tora Bora cave system.
Yeah, this is still
Its
Animal
active
Planet.
the military
This is
implemented a
still Animal
sophisticated
Planet.
communication system to
Also, I think
track
as I was saying,
enemy
even
movements,
back then
but
when I was,
something deep inside the caves was interfering
Oh,
with
yeah.
their surveillance.
They're literally just using the fact that Afghanistan has caves as an excuse to make cave demon war slop. It's nuts, dude. And it's not just.
I
in
think
the
back
cave,
then, it's
it
not
is
even- you won't even use, like,
specifically
slop
the
to
Tora
describe, like,
Bora Cave
those.
Complex, aka Osama bin Laden's post 9/11 which, if you remember, America paid for. Where's the info card about that? In this story, 3 U.S. Marines are sent into the Tora Bora Cave Complex to locate and destroy the source
We're
of
not
this
so bleeding
interference
history channel
that
after
they know
12 a.m.
nothing about. If that's not American, then I don't know what
Oh
is.
yeah, the ancient
Noted that
aliens
one of the
hour,
Marines,
which
Sergeant Ramos,
I
is
would say
only
I
days from discharge.
actually I still watch
We know
like
exactly what's about to
unironically.
go down.
I just watch it ironically. Just it is kind of like dumb. Also, I'm sure they did not. They surely did not like, you know, get this from Transformers. 2000, Michael Bay 2007 Transformers. Like there is actually like a scene very similar to that.
Anyway, there's a sequence of info screens toward the beginning of the episode that describes the potential threats inside the cave, and it simply reads Taliban, Al-Qaeda,
That's it.
bats. I just
Bats.
happen to find the implied equal threat level between the Taliban, Al-Qaeda, and bats highly amusing. Who the fuck is writing this, and why are they so afraid of bats?
Oh, so is there anything you're not afraid of, man?
What? Come on, man. I joined the Marines to kill terrorists, not deal with bats. I'm afraid of bats.
You're afraid of bats? Imagine what you do.
Oh. Oh, IED.
Whoops. Check it out, guys. Yeah, I just thought my feet
Okay,
were
that
pretty
is
cool.
so out of pocket.
Pretty cool in these Bombas.
That is so
Sponsor
out of
today's
pocket.
video.
Oh,
Bombas is
of
making the
course,
most comfortable socks in
sponsored.
the history of feet, okay?
Okay, let me just put
Supported by
this
me.
blanket away.
They're focused on really premium material too. This one is made with extra long
socks.
staple cotton. And I mean, it's not just that. Look at all the other things listed there as in one sock. How do they do that? You'll notice on this pair I have right here, folks, it says 1 purchased, 1 donated. For every pair of Bombas that you buy, another will be donated to someone in need, which I think is
Aw.
really cool. They've successfully donated over 200 million
Is it legit or is it
essential
just
clothing
something they
items
just, like,
across a network of
sponsor?
4,000 giving partners
Which-
in all 50
I don't know, man. I think
states.
for me
They're
socks, I
really
just
a
randomly
great
buy them.
premium
Like,
basic
I
sock.
always I get them
And
at
if you
Socks
move
World.
around a lot, you'll know how quickly
I get them
socks
at Socks
worn
World,
out.
like
These
you know,
are gonna
in like a
last you
mall.
really
There's like
long
Socks
time.
World there, and
They've
my
also
mom
got a
just like
100%
drag me to it. I was like, it's like,
happiness
hey boy, you
guarantee.
need
So
new
they'll
socks.
give
It's
you
like,
returns and exchanges for whatever reason.
no.
So, like, if it doesn't fit,
Like,
or,
my
you
socks
know, if
still
it gets
fits
stained in the
to this
laundry
day.
Or gets like put into a paper shredder. That was a weird example. You get it. You can feel good and do good with Bombas, knowing your purchase is doing some real good. And new customers get
Yeah, I wonder if that
20%
anime
off their
episode about
first
hunting
purchase.
bad
Head to the
people
link in the
created the
description and
case
use
of
code
West Asia is a
ADK
plot of
at
House of
checkout
Ashes.
for 20% off your first purchase.
I am.
Yeah.
Okay, I heard what the movie The
Folks, at the
Descent
end of
also
the
just
day,
came out.
Both of these episodes prove yet again that whether we like it or not, everything is inherently political. They just talked about the Taliban on Animal Planet. But in a show that is
Yeah, booby
arguably
traps.
best defined by its tropes, Western-centric political views are just one of many. These stories they've crafted are just off the walls insane, dude. A handful of these cryptids I'm half convinced don't even exist. The devil monkey, the monster of Monterey, the Oklahoma octopus.
Yeah, you know,
How'd he get there?
you know what? Good point. I think most of it's just made up. All we know of.
Guys!
Oh yeah, like look at the VFX.
See what? What's up? See what?
But then again, we are like what, young, impressionable, and I'm from like what, like I'm from like a kampong somewhere in the backwater, so I admit I fell for it. Like all this shit, I fell for it back then.
A heavy percentage of
And
these
you wonder why I'm
episodes
such a
take place
nerd.
either near or within some kind of body of water. And for the most part, they pull the same bullshit every single time.
You can't see shit. Like yeah, this is also like what you could. This like premise for like a B movie too.
No, I'm about ready to ship you down to there. I'll tell you that.
I will admit that after like the fourth time you watch it play out, it does start to become a bit impressive. You know, love it or hate it, they certainly took a chance on their audience being total fucking fools. You're telling me all
Yeah,
these water
me
creatures
back
hunt their prey
then,
using the exact same
from high
method?
school,
And that method
in the
conveniently
backwater.
requires minimal
Also, by the way,
effort
I don't
to
even
build
have
produce.
like a laptop back then. I don't have my own
Let's keep
laptop
talking
back
about
then.
this.
My sister had a
If you watch
laptop,
this show
but
upon
she
its
doesn't
release,
let me
hoping to
use
catch a
it.
glimpse of
So
one of these terrifying
guess why I
creatures
watch
in
them?
action, you probably found yourself on the
I
other
just
end
go to
wondering,
like
how many people am I gonna let lie to my face like this?
yeah, just go
Because,
like
with
watch
the
it at internet
exception
cafe,
of
like you know,
the tentacles of the Oklahoma
like
octopus,
5 ringgit
the
3 jam.
ass of the megaconda, the hairy hooves of the Jersey Devil, and the hellhound, which honestly doesn't even really count. That is a well-trained Rottweiler. Not
Yeah.
a single cryptid. In
Oh yeah,
season
it's
1
House of
or
Ashes or
season
American
2
Soldier
is shown on
fighting
camera.
Iraqi
And
foreign
hey,
caves is the
what do you
bigger fight
know?
ancient Assyrian vampire and
It's super
gargoyles.
Take this.
Not gonna lie, like that this balls to the walls plot. Yeah, I kinda like this like balls to the walls plot. Also, I'm sure that's not how like Flash, like muzzle Flash works. Oh yeah, the Mongol. Oh yeah, that Mongolian one, dude. That's like one of my favorite episodes as well. But
it's definitely not a budget
I think
thing either.
season
When we
1
finally
is still the
do
one
get to
that
see
they
some clear
actually
shots
put
of
in
the
like
monsters in
some
season 3,
sort of like
one of
effort
them,
of
the
like you know
Devil
like
Monkey, which I'm still convinced was made up for the
like,
show,
it actually is a
is
bit
what
more
appears to
effective
be a
as far as like
man
entertainment
in
like
a
value
gorilla suit.
goes.
Don't worry though, because the very next episode is about the Yeti, which also appears
Which,
to be a man in a gorilla suit. This time, however, it seems they've soaked it in bleach. It's clear that in general,
Yeah, they were giving
were
away
never
this stock
actually
spreading
concerned with
sound
showing us the
effects.
cryptids in full detail. And it's proven further in later episodes of the show that introduce
Oh yeah, you don't want to know like the
testimonials
most
from various
balls to the walls
cryptozoology experts.
like the
Consider
most
this.
balls to the walls
Why
one,
show
which
when you can
like yeah,
tell
they actually have an
and then
episode
show?
on zombies, and the plot line is literally Resident Evil. But because again, I'm not a gamer back then, I don't have like access to like you know like a good laptop to play any game, so I don't know the premise of Resident Evil. So I just thought, oh, this is like for real. And then years later, I realized, oh wait, that's just a premise for Resident Evil. And they even have like what I heard is also like what a company, like a made-up company, and everything. It's like yeah, you're not fooling everyone. Again, but me, because I am a kid from some backwater village or in the middle of nowhere.
Group of animals now
like if you can't tell, like you know, I don't even know what an Xbox is until like I'm way into like what high school. I never heard of an Xbox until like what way into high schools, and at the time it's already like what Xbox 360 era by then.
Which is valid, but it is extremely difficult to care about any of that at all while witnessing the general insanity of these stories. What lacks in substantial scientific evidence is made up for tenfold by the actors, giving either a career high or career low performance. And there's no in between.
Hi.
I'm not even actually I'm not even convinced these are
Hey guys, can
actors.
we exchange MySpace pages later? You want to do this? You.
Oh man, MySpace. Also, can I also say this? I don't have MySpace. I never had a MySpace account
It's
back
Nora.
then.
And sure.
My sister might
Sounds like
know.
fun.
My sister might know what
Fun.
MySpace is.
It's not quite the word I would have picked.
It is truly a show of endless layers, to the point where they start covering beings that I guess I didn't even realize were cryptids. Aliens, poltergeists,
Yeah, the
zombies?
alien
Like,
one.
Zombies for sure are not
Dude,
cryptids.
the
Like, we know
alien
for
one
a fact that they
literally
exist.
is the
People
plot. They
always
just steal it
question
straight from
aliens and
like
ghosts and stuff,
Ridley
you know?
Scott
Vampires,
Alien.
that's another one I'm unsure about. But I am sure about one thing. And that's that I really
And then
like the
back to
episode.
the rocks,
Not because
back
I think it's some
not back to
great
the rocks, back on the
encapsulation of
rocks, the
show.
song.
No, I actually find it
Ah, I
to be
botched it.
especially odd. Like all
Yeah,
the
Bigfoot is just a
characters
tyrant in the
suck, and
frozen
it makes no sense.
chasing after
that's kinda my
stars
jam, so we're gonna
Bravo
do it.
through
After
the
losing his
Arctic
job,
Appalachian
economic
Mountains.
downsizing, Dennis Redding moved his wife Sarah and their 9-year-old son Eddie into this admitted fixer-upper.
Actually, I heard it's like the
Documented
original
the
plot for
renovations,
Indiana Jones,
his
right?
footage
Is
reflecting their
the
determination
Millennium
to make the
Falcon like
best of the
crashed onto
situation.
Earth,
Their
and
biggest
then
fear at the
Chewie
time was
became
Eddie
like
adjusting after some
a
potentially
Bigfoot.
dangerous bouts with sleepwalking.
Like that's like one of like the
But this
original
family
scripts
soon
for
discovered
Indiana
there
Jones.
was
It's supposed to
much
be
more
supposedly it's
inside
connected to
this
Star
old
Wars.
house. These are their
And you
tapes.
know what? I want to see that
Alright,
script.
so
That
this is a
sounds
rather
so
alarming setup
dope.
Right off the bat, this man is clearly in an active crisis, and his family's along for the ride. From the outside alone, this house appears to be in an unlivable state. I don't know if this is some kind of practical joke, but I think we're moving in a little too early. We learned pretty quickly that the son Eddie likes to spend his time doing two things: walking around with his camera and talking shit to
Yeah.
his stuffed animal.
This place is horrible, Ruggles.
Yeah, I was like, what, 2009? Damn. Ah, man. Well, I think it's brand new when I was like watching it. And this is why when I say I can only watch it, it's like from like a literal screen
Okay,
recording.
no way that's
This
a
is
vampire.
why.
Meanwhile, mom's worried about Eddie sleepwalking. She's putting up CCTV cameras around the house in case something live leak worthy goes down. And something does. Would you be super excited if I told you that it's another guy in a suit? Yeah, this vampire, question mark, comes out of the closet and steals Ruggles, which is kind of an odd objective, especially considering the fact that it comes after a bunch of testimonials about the vampire's eternal bloodlust. Kind of feels like he's being as tame as possible.
Among the great characteristics of vampirism is the vampire
Actually, I wonder if
feed on blood.
I wonder if these people are even like real people. Like there's like being interviewed. Like they just made up name. Like, oh, like what's his
I'm
name?
not sure why they're trying
Yeah.
to go for this experimental version that steals children's toys. Anyway, mom and dad come into the room to check for monsters, of which they find none. But when Eddie asks to sleep in their room regardless, his dad says no.
Can I sleep in your room now?
No, I don't think it's a good idea.
So someone in this family's getting their shit rocked. Sorry, I don't make the rules, alright? We're already
Oh
being way too reckless
man,
here.
yeah, I remember
The
that
next day,
episode.
while Eddie
I
searches
mean,
around the house for
vaguely
Ruggles
remember.
After finding a trail of stuffing, the father Dennis spends his time being a complete asshole to his wife.
Man, this place is worse than I thought. It's just never ending.
Dennis, I'm really worried about Eddie.
What's new?
Dennis!
What?
Usually in horror movie situations, this type of behavior is linked to a possession or eventually leads to some kind of explanation. But I can tell you right now, this guy's just a dick. The mother, Sarah, is now concerned that there may be something else wrong with Eddie because she has
Okay, I
just
mean, to be
discovered
fair, that's a
Ruggles entirely
clean
torn to
rip in
shreds.
half.
For the
Like on
second
the
time,
door. That's a
however, she's
clean
concerned
rip
about
in
the
like
wrong
half, like
thing,
top to
because
bottom.
at this very moment,
You know,
Eddie is
as
hooking
if
up
it's
with
not
a
being like
strange
cut
man
by
in the
seasons,
basement.
but man, hindsight.
Out of me.
What are you doing?
Hindsight
Trying to get rid of
2020.
your vermin.
You know what I say?
What's vermin?
Vermin's like squirrels or raccoons or rats or any kind of animal that comes and gets in your house. And the thing is, they carry diseases and they can make you sick. So we want to get them out of here before they do that. This end goes around their neck. And what happens is I sneak up on them, and when I have this around their neck.
Oh, Eddie, why don't we go find Mom? Well, he does that. And guess
Yeah,
what
it's
happens?
a terrible cultural joke about vampires. Why aren't there any sightings in
But at
the
least now we
UK?
know we're dealing with wall-dwelling vampires.
I mean,
Feels like they could have told this story in
I don't
any other
know.
way.
Bad
A bit
teeth.
of family bonding takes place over the next
Like,
couple hours.
I mean, you
This
just look at
includes
like what
Eddie
everyone has
smashing
bad
holes
teeth,
in the
everyone's
old
smoking,
walls, which is
and
probably pissing off the wall
maybe
vampires.
it's like
Dennis
maybe the thing
participated
that
in
the
his
British
favorite
people
activity,
eat, even like the
being a
vampire
piece of
sees,
shit.
like, yeah, I doubt even their blood tastes good, like from the shit that they eat. Yeah, pre-18th century, they expect getting glass and holy water post 20th
Is the only
century
one to
acid.
notice that the exterminator has been missing for quite some time. So Dennis enlists Eddie to go check
Yeah,
the basement
more or
while
less.
he checks the attic. He also does so in the most ominous way possible.
All right. Okay, I'll go check up in the attic.
Watch out for raccoons.
Okay. Eddie, go check the basement.
Basement?
Yeah, the basement.
Always
Okay,
the
bye. Love you.
basement.
I love you. Oh, can you take out the trash? Oh, the trash?
The trash?
Can you just take out the fucking trash?
There may be some natural medical explanations to explain at least some vampire cases, especially from earlier times when people's understanding of disease and illness was very limited.
The paleness of tuberculosis, the coughing up of blood, were symptoms that could easily be equated with
Yeah,
traditional vampirism.
Wow, sounds like you guys do not believe in vampires. I mean, to be fair, is it even about vampires at this point? All we've been led to believe, given the context, is that these people have someone living in their walls who hates stuffed animals. You know, at a certain point, you just gotta one-pump the son of a bitch and call it a day. Oh, would you look at that? The hole in the basement wall is now exterminator-sized. Perhaps he's playing a fun game and we should follow him inside. Why is the hand hairy? Like, are we entirely sure the footage from this episode wasn't mismatched with something else? There is a werewolves episode. So
I think probably they just use the same costume in all of like the episodes,
so you never
for
get a
all we
great
know.
shot. But there are actually multiple vampires living in this house, and they all look like Walking Dead zombies. They also seem to move on all fours. So, I don't know, sky's the limit. What do you want to give them next? Like, maybe give them, like, laser eyes or something?
Yeah, also that dramatic punch through like the door.
I don't think I'm wrong in saying that these sequences would benefit from an overly cartoonish vampire in the mix. Like right now, how awesome would it be if during this fight for their life, one of the walls broke open to reveal Adam Sandler Dracula? Come on! Dennis, of all people, is the one who ends up killing the thing, which from a storytelling perspective is cuckoo and bonkers. Not only is he unlikable, he is unlikable. I get it. Telling a story like that in the span of essentially 10 minutes is no
Yeah,
easy
actually,
feat.
like one episode is like what several there's like
the utter
several
shenanigans that each
chapters
episode
in like
the
each
ending narration
episode.
insists that the evidence
I think it's
brought
only a
forward
season
in these
3 where I
tapes
think
is
the
nothing
episode is a
short
bit more
of
like
damning,
focused, and
forcing us to
I think it's also
endlessly
where they
ask the
like jump the
question,
shark as
do they
well.
live among us? As a child,
Oh.
I certainly
Dun,
thought so.
dun, dun,
Look,
dun,
I can sit
dun.
here and
Oh,
make fun of this
man,
show
stop.
all day long,
I can't
but it
roam
doesn't
the street
change
to
the
Sangla
fact
when
that
you
at the
simple
time of
hello
its
will get
release,
suit.
it had me scared
Like when you
shitless.
see you
I
get the
remember
English
watching that
hospitality to the
Chupacabra
chairs and not
episode
even
around
like
the time it
hunters
came out
instead,
and
just
thinking
blow
it
up with
was a
shift.
story on the local news. Straight up. That's the thing about this style. It was simultaneously so ahead of its time and of its time. And whether production intended that, that's up in the air. But it can't be denied that this is
But I think it's also
truly
like
one of
one
the most
that's like
unique
sort of
television shows to come out of the early 2000s.
Um,
All we have to do now is
I mean, it's also like at the height
for
of
that
like what
soulless
found
reboot.
footage of like
Until that day
like
comes,
paranormal
I hope you
activity.
enjoyed
I
this
think like
video.
it's
And if you
also
enjoyed it
sort of like
so,
during
so
like those
much,
time.
I hope that you'll like,
Like
comment,
it's right at the
subscribe,
heights
and
of
tell me what you wanna see
paranormal
next
activity
time.
with like the
There's
found
also a
footage
form in my
stuff.
description area.
Then
Never told you guys this verbatim, but you can suggest videos on
they're
a
no longer
forum
vamps
there.
with silver stained by the stainless
So you
steel
fill out the form.
kitchen
As much
knife.
as I wish I had more content for you today, that was a lot of television. But until next time,
Alright.
Well, people know I'm joking.
Yeah,
But even notice like the ad it just played.
Yeah, people will know it's a joke. People will know it's a joke. Okay. People will know it's a joke. Okay.
Okay, bye. Bye.
Okay. Okay. Bye.
Oh, can you take out the trash?
The trash?
So yep.
Yeah. No, that was exactly it.
Ah, fucking ads. So yeah, that's the video. Thank you for the video, Andy King. Right.
The most hostile.
Yeah, this one we definitely gonna like have to pause for like ads in the middle because it's only like what? Oh, we can just like take a break and just like have a little chat, and then I'll run the ad one more time. Then we'll have like the extra time. That's like 40 minutes. So maybe you only have to like pause. It's only like towards the end. Like I might just get like a short ad break like towards the end. So yeah. Oh, like, man, those were the days, man, like the YouTube days. Yeah, chat break. Yeah, just have a little chat break. Just gonna, just turn on the background music for a bit. Yeah. To the background, and I think when I'm just gonna browse like for a bit, just doom scroll a bit for like I don't know, like 10 minutes or so. Then we just add up, see if we can get like what 40 minutes of like continuous stream. Nice cultured art. Yeah, just to be sure that I'm not accidentally streaming, like showing my screen. But man, like the days I would like used to like dream of like having Astro and stuff. Must say the Sichuan boiled fish is a very economic fish. You get fish and you add a bit more water, you get chili oil soup. Is it what they call like the suan la tang? Like it's like quite there's like a lot of like restaurants that's like a suan la tang restaurant these days. Is it like one of those? But man, actually thinking of what am I gonna get tomorrow. But yeah, actually this is gonna be quite a long video. Like after this one, because it's like 40 minutes. It's quite long. No, just not hot sour soup, just Szechuan mala boiled fish with variety of veggies. Huh. Right? Also, can I say I'm actually not a big fan of like the mala taste. I mean, there's something about like the mala taste is just sort of like surround your mouth, and it's like not a nice kind of like it's not a nice kind of spicy. It's just sort of like what, a very, I don't know, soil? It tastes like soil. Like that sort of like taste around like the mouth, like the oil. And also like there's also like the smell as well. Also, you're kidding me, there's like what? Gashapon for CPU chip. And apparently it's a working chip as well. Like what? 500 yen. Damn. Probably a piece of shit, but. Hey, Turtle Cap. Hey, welcome back. Thank you for 45 streak. Damn, bro. Damn. Congrats. Like, yeah, I think it's gonna be shaping up like another one, like Doge. You know, you're gonna reach like 100 stream streak. Oh, hey Doge, speaking of it, Doge, welcome to, well, thank you for the lurk. The one I decided to try has oyster and earshot. Forgot what the leafy veggie calls. Fish boneless must emphasize chilies, peppercorns, and oil. I don't know. I think maybe my sister, would know where to like find one. Because I typically I don't go out of my way to try like this sort of dish. I just go for like what, the, you know, like the old reliable and stuff, like just those sort of dish. But yeah, hey, yeah, sui suyi. Okay. Maybe I'll ask my sister about like sui shu yi. Is it? Yeah, my Mandarin kind of suck, you know. Yeah, we're more free on weekdays. Still, thanks for stopping by still, and for your support, like your continued support. Like I still appreciate it, like everything you've done. That you've given. But anyway, I'm gonna run the ad one more time. So we're just gonna get like the extra few minutes, and then we'll like start with the react from there. Alright. Here we are. Yeah, ad is in progress. After that we'll probably have like a good 40 minutes for us. Okay, just hope that I remember the name of the dish. Sui shu yi, man, I can't pronounce. I mean, there's also one thing that people say yeah, you can just sort of like tell like the generations, like where we're from. Like I mostly, like, you know, like as far as Mandarin media go, the one that I knew I usually like Taiwanese media back then. These days a bit there's a lot more like mainland China media. This message says right now she's sleeping with her son. Oh yeah, my sister is home for the weekend, which man, I really appreciate it, cause god damn, my nephew just. I think my nephew is not even like what? It's not even like little shit at this point. Like this week, he just went over, like went way past like the little shit line. Now he's just being an asshole. Oh, 水煮鱼 is it? Okay, but anyway, so we have 47 minutes, plenty of time for us to do like a little intro. Maybe I'll just pause like somewhere midway for like a leak, but yeah. But anyway, I'm just gonna get ready, take a sip. And we do the intro. Hello YouTube, I'm KirisakiJake. Tonight we are watching Astrum Earth on Giants in the Ocean because, as we all love to say, fuck the ocean.
The most hostile place on the planet doesn't destroy life, but grows it into giants.
Yeah, imagine like human underwater
now, in total
human.
darkness,
So
6 kilometers below
I mean,
the
wouldn't that
surface of
mean
the
like, you
ocean,
know,
there's a jellyfish trailing tentacles the length of a London bus, and it's not alone. There are squids with eyes the size of basketballs.
Actually, I
crabs
would
the size of
imagine like, you know,
cars, a 6-meter shark that catapults its entire jaw clean out of its face.
wait, what do you mean car-sized
One of the largest active predators on the planet that can grow up to 500 kilograms in just 2 years.
Sperm whale?
This might sound like the stuff of nightmares, and in many ways, the bottom of the ocean is.
Yeah, we should
Down past the midnight
continue like
zone,
undersea
amongst near
nuclear
freezing
testing.
temperatures and crushing
You know, rules like
pressures,
underwater cooked
resources are
fish, very
scarce.
imaginative name.
Less than 1% of the food from the surface ever makes it down to the ocean floor.
Well, yeah, I
There
think it's
simply shouldn't be enough energy to build
what is it?
something big, and yet there is, and not just big, gigantic.
Yeah, like doesn't that makes
So
you
why
think like
do the
mermaids
deepest, darkest,
would be
most
like
hostile
really
parts of our ocean
huge to like, you know,
produce the
survive like the
largest creatures
pressure
on
down there?
This mystery has baffled scientists
Oh
for
yeah,
more
deep
than
sea
a century.
gigantism.
But in 2025, that all changed.
Oh, really, last
and
year?
we finally found the answers we were looking for. I'm James Stewart, and you're watching Astrum Earth. Join me as we descend
Oh, man,
into
I
the
like
darkness
that
to reveal
editing.
monsters of the deep and the astonishing science of their abyssal gigantism.
Like
Each
this
one
looks
more enormous
unreal.
than
Like
the
that
last.
looks like
We'll find out not
CG.
just why
Like the
they
jellyfish there.
exist, but how secrets written into their DNA might even affect
You mean like Ningen?
Deep
Holy
sea giants
shit, I
may sound like the stuff
remember
of fiction,
the
and in many
Ningen.
cases they are. The Hydra, the Kraken, the
Dude,
Leviathan. But
I
as with many
forgot
myths
about
and
that,
legends,
the
they're also
Ningen.
rooted in truth.
Which literally
Now,
just is
finding
Japanese for
these deep-sea
humans.
giants
But
has
yeah,
never
pretty
really
much
been the
that.
problem. The history books are packed with tales of these beasts, their bodies washed up dead and degraded on beaches. But
Also,
without
what's
seeing
that
them alive and well in their
skeleton? Like,
natural
I kind of want to say like, is that like an
truly
AI
understand
generated
how they
skeleton?
grew
But
so large
I think that's just like a
until now.
CGI
In
thing they put there.
2025, we finally filled in those huge gaps in our scientific knowledge. ROVs probe deeper in some places than ever before. 4K cameras captured these creatures alive.
Also, we better
for
just put
the
4K
first
cameras
time.
like, oh,
And
literally
genomic
caught in
sequencing of their
4K
DNA reveals
underwater.
something mind-blowing. As soon as you enter the ocean and go down past 200 meters, sunlight fades. Past 1,000 meters,
Yeah, 1
it's
kilometer.
gone
That's like
entirely.
here.
Welcome to the Midnight Zone, the home of a
I mean, it
creature
doesn't
that
look
looks
like
it's
as far
crawled
because
in from a
sometimes like, I can
galaxy
just
far,
casually
far
walk like
away.
1
Its
kilometer.
species name is Vadery,
Like, just
because when the
casually.
scientists who first described it in January 2025 saw its helmet-shaped head, they thought of one person, Darth Vader.
Wait, what is it?
This Sith Lord is actually a supergiant isopod, or if you prefer the nightmare version, a woodlouse the size of a soccer ball.
They
Pick
get
one up, and people
bigger?
have caught them in nets, and you're holding 33 centimeters and nearly a
Okay,
kilogram
hold on.
of
What do you mean
armor-plated
they
deep
get
sea
bigger? Like I
tank.
thought, wait, did we already
It's
like
over
you
and
know
there are
like know
14
this
legs,
thing like a giant
two
isopod? And like
compound
say
eyes
wait,
built from roughly 4,000
super
lenses
giant
each,
isopod. Like what
packed
do you?
like honeycomb,
Like,
and a mouth
they
made
get
of 4 jagged
bigger?
plates that close inwards. Giant isopods can live as deep as the Barthial zone, the deep continental slope, somewhere around 2,000 meters down.
Damn.
Pitch black.
That's like the
freezing, crushing
distance
pressure
from
and
like
almost
my
nothing to eat.
my grandma's
So
place
how
to
do they
my
survive?
school, my high school.
When
Like
a
just
dead whale
walk like
carcass or dead
back and
tuna
forth.
does drift down, these isopods gorge themselves so heavily that they can't move afterwards. Scientists politely
Man,
call it
sounds like
post-feeding
me.
immobility, although you and I might just call it a food coma.
Yeah, just me.
This can keep Bartholomemus vaderi
Legit,
full
I
for
just
incredibly
after
long
like
time.
a good meal,
In
I
fact,
just sit
one
on
individual
the.
in a Japanese aquarium went 5 years and 43 days without eating. Not because it was sick, it just wasn't hungry.
Damn!
But
Wow.
here's the paradox. In a world with almost no food, you'd expect tiny,
And for
hyper-efficient
the
scavengers,
thing to
right?
grow
As a
that
basic
big,
principle of evolutionary
survive
biology, when
5
food
years
is
without food.
scarce, being small is an advantage. Smaller bodies need less energy to survive.
Yeah, I suppose it gets
But in the deep
massive.
ocean,
Yeah,
you get an
Meyer
armored
looks from
giant
Fallout.
that treats half a decade
Yeah,
without a meal
POV
as
marine
a
biology
minor
trenches near Skull Island, which make me think maybe
Down
King Kong
here,
and
being
dinosaurs and
big
natives are
isn't
not so
excess,
mad.
It's strategy. The deep ocean.
Yeah,
is
this yeah
cold.
actually now you mention this
Below
legit
1,000
is like
meters,
something you
temperatures
find
hover
like what
between
on
2
Skull
and 4
Island.
degrees Celsius, just above freezing. Now, Bartholomemus vaderi is cold-blooded, and you would therefore be forgiven for assuming that it doesn't generate its own heat, but it does. Even cold-blooded animals lose energy to their environment. Chemical reactions in cells produce heat as a byproduct, and in cold water, a larger body retains that energy more efficiently.
Oh yeah, like that
They
part about
might
like
not
deep
have
sea
warm blood, but
gigantism.
they don't want to freeze. This idea that a larger body stores more energy and burns it more slowly is called Bergmann's rule, and it dates back to 1847, when German biologist Carl Bergmann noticed something simple. Animals in colder places are bigger. It's about the ratio of surface area to
I mean, when you
volume.
think about it, this is why
Let's
like
break this
Russians
down
are
for a
so
second.
huge.
So a cube with size of 1 centimeter has 6 centimeters squared of surface area and 1
Oh, no,
centimeter
math.
cubed of volume. Make it 2 centimeters on each side, the volume goes up 8 times, but the surface area only goes up 4 times. The bigger you get, the more inside you have relative to your outside. Bartholomemus's giant body holds more energy than a small one, but crucially, it burns through that energy far more slowly.
Wait, this is
Less
still like giant
surface
isopod,
area
right? Not like
relative to its
different
mass
from
means
the
less heat escapes,
like the
which means
super
its metabolism
giant.
can drop to
Yes.
almost nothing and stay there. It's not waiting for food, it's barely noticing food is gone. This explains why this creature has grown so large on such little
Wait, what
food.
was it? Say again?
It's not less surface area relative to its mass means less
Oh, it just
heat
burns food
escapes,
slower.
which means its metabolism can drop to almost nothing and stay there. It's not waiting for food, it's barely noticing food
So I think it's
is
just
gone.
yeah. I was just
This
thinking maybe its
explains why
metabolism
this
is just
creature has
so
grown so
slow.
large on such
It can
little
just like just
But a big
digest
question
the
still
food
remains about
really
how they
slowly.
evolved to be like this. And it turns out the answer lies even deeper into the ocean with an even bigger monster. So extreme that when scientists sequenced its DNA, they had to check the results twice. You'll know already about the Mariana Trench. In fact, we made a video on it. In this place,
I
7
see that
kilometers
little
under
thing
the ocean's
in the corner.
surface, so dark and crushing we barely visited it, scientists found a supergiant. Alicella gigantea is the world's largest amphipod at 34 centimeters long. Now that might not sound enormous until you realize its shallow water equivalent is the size of a grain of rice. This deep sea beast is actually 50 times the size of its cousin.
So it's like sea
equivalent
lions,
of a
like
can
yeah,
of
that's the
beer
size
scaled
of
up
like
to
my
the size of a
ruler.
T-Rex. Alicella is built to live in what's called the aphotic zone, below 1,000 meters where less than 1% of sunlight makes it through. Most deep-sea amphipods here are red or orange, and there's a really good reason for that. Camouflage. Red light has a longer wavelength compared to other colors, and is usually absorbed within the first 100 meters or so of the ocean. So essentially, no red light makes it to the aphotic zone. Here, red animals appear
But it looks like
completely
sea
black, the perfect
louse.
disguise. But Alicella isn't red. It's almost a translucent white. Why? Well, down here it has virtually no predators. It's too big, and its armored exterior too tough
Okay, then
to
what's
make it a
this
worthwhile
behind
meal
it?
for other inhabitants of the deep. The fact that it's not camouflage also suggests that visual hunting isn't a big thing at this depth. In other words, it doesn't need to
where there's
hunt.
no light, you
Now,
can't
as
see
interesting
shit.
as all of that was, it doesn't tell us how this thing became a giant. This was something scientists only discovered in 2019 when they sequenced its genome. Every living thing runs on a genome. It's like a master instruction manual. Humans, mice, dogs, virtually all creatures have roughly the same number of genes, somewhere around 20,000. When researchers measured the nuclear genome sizes of 13 deep-sea amphipods,
Oh, so I just kept, like,
Alicella's dwarfed
specimen.
everything else in the study by a factor of nearly 9. At 34 gigabases, it is one of the largest crustacean genomes ever recorded.
Like-
and crucially in this case, the animals with the biggest genomes had the biggest bodies. Size is written into the blueprint before the animal even begins to grow. Then in 2021,
So they just evolved to be
researcher
big.
Wen Hao Li and his team at Shanghai Ocean University went deeper. They compared the transcriptomes of Alicella against a much smaller Hadal relative and found something striking.
Very
If you needed a
lost.
quick refresh on transcriptomes, by the way, here's how I think of them. So the genome in my head is sort of
Okay.
the library of every book ever written, and the transcriptomes are the sort of list of books currently open on the reading desk. Essentially, the transcriptome tells us which instructions the body is actually using at that exact moment. Now, Alicella carries genes that regulate how cells multiply and how bodies accumulate mass, that show clear signs of positive selection. Genes that are not just present, but actively being pushed by evolution. The signal, it seems,
So
never
basically you
fully
say, like,
stops. Most animals reach adult
the
size, and
gene is
instructions to
there,
grow
but
goes
because it's not
quiet.
needed, so it just
In
lays
Alicella,
dormant.
something keeps the dial
But
turned up, year after year, decade after decade.
so
with no
basically, it
hard
depends on the
ceiling.
environment, right?
Scientists call
It
this
just
indeterminate
activate, like, you
growth,
know,
and Alicella's
when like
genome
the
appears built for
environment
exactly
like
that.
calls for it. Is that what it's
This is the
saying?
molecular machinery that allows gigantism to happen. At the surface, a giant genome would be a liability. It's slow and inefficient to copy and uses up lots of energy. You'd lose to faster, leaner competitors. But 7,000 meters down, where life moves slowly and predators are scarce,
Okay, so what's
that
that,
massive
like, up
genome
there?
is now an advantage. So food scarcity and sub-zero temperatures make it pay for creatures to be big.
So it's just
And a
saying
huge
that-
genome that never gets the signal to stop growing is how deep-sea giants grow so huge.
Ah.
So that's it, I guess. End of
So
video.
basically,
Thanks for
you just
watching, and we'll
prove
see you in the
deep sea
next one.
gigantism is real.
If only things
then
were that simple. Because our
of
next
course.
giant takes things even further. And to find
Gene
it,
library
we
transcript,
have to
check
go
out
somewhere
history.
that shouldn't support life
Ah.
at all. To meet an animal so
Or you could
strange,
say, like, what,
it
browsing
forced scientists to
history,
rethink
maybe.
what an animal even is.
Okay, maybe like this. Like I put it like this, right? Put it this way. Say it like this, right? Because like let's say the internet is the library, and then like what I'm reading in my browser history is like the thing that I need. Like, let's say that I am, you know, like because I'm not an let's say if I'm not an accountant, so I don't actively like go look up like, you know, the skills or like the knowledge like needed to be, you know, to teach yourself like accountants. So basically, you know, it's like saying I would have had the knowledge for accounting, but because I didn't have a use for it, it just, that knowledge just lays dormant, aka I didn't bother to read it. But when it comes to like, let's say, you know, build Gundam, you know, it's like the knowledge for it is like, you know, I need the knowledge, okay, how much thinner to paint ratio should I use, you know, how do I use the thinner, you know, how to like sand things, all the stuff, like, you know, how much pressure I need for the the airbrush, all that stuff, and also like sandpaper grade and everything. Like I just needed like I just sort of like, because I am, you know, very pre-imposed to building Gundams, I'm more like inclined to seek and use that knowledge. So that's why like mostly my browser history is all about like Gundams. Like is that like how, like, you know, the best way to describe it? Is it like that? So DSG is a remnant of the dino days when growing large was a norm, didn't mutate to adapt to resizing changes. Alright. But it's just basically like how I boil it down in like my own terms. Or maybe like, you know what, like game library. Like we can be good at every game, but because it's just depending, like, you know, like one is good at League of Legends, so they'll have like the skills, you know, to be like get better at League of Legends, but then because they don't play Warframe, so they don't like need the knowledge to play Warframe, so that it's just like the knowledge is there, it's just dormant. And then like vice versa.
Most starfish have 5 arms, but as you descend 500 meters down, something strange happens. They suddenly get 50. This is the Antarctic sun starfish, 60 centimeters across.
Yeah,
The water's
that's...
so cold that it sits
I'm
a
still
fraction of a degree
convinced
above
starfish are not of this planet.
writhing through the water, snatching
I'm still
anything that
convinced
drifts
starfish are
past,
not of
which
this
is why
planet.
It's often referred to as the wolf trap starfish. But before we get into why this starfish is so supersized, a quick
And it's
word
also
on
like the
how
arms.
deeply strange starfish already are. They have no brain and no blood, and to eat, they eject their stomachs out of their mouths to engulf the food, digest it,
Yeah,
and
they're
then slide it
definitely
back
aliens.
inside. It's
No
both
brain, no
awesome and
blood.
disgusting in equal measure. But anyway,
They
in
eject their own
2023,
stomach to
Stanford
eat.
researchers were mapping the
That-
master
that's-
genes that
that's
tell every
aliens,
animal
dude.
cell what part of the body it belongs to, whether that's a tail, a lung, a fin, or something else. But when they got round to the starfish, their results were astonishing, because the starfish is just a head. A head that at some point evolved the ability to walk around on the sea floor, eating things by ejecting its own stomach. And if you thought that was cool, by
Okay.
the way, it's not until you zoom
Yeah,
into the
totally.
cellular level that the magic
You know, at this point,
really
I
begins.
might be
See, there are
pre-imposed to
two ways
believe
to
it's
build
just
a
like
bigger
a
animal. One
weird,
is
like
to
what,
pack in more
freak
cells, which is what
ancient
elephants
alien
do.
experiment
The elephant cell is roughly the
experiment that
same
just
size
gone
as a
wild, like they
mouse
just
cell. There
escaped
are
to the
just
wild,
trillions more
and they just like the alien
Or
just left
another
the
option would be
planet.
to make each individual cell bigger. Inside every living cell, 2 processes are constantly racing. The cell building itself
So
up,
even the
making
cell
proteins
can get
accumulating
big,
mass,
cause
and the
I mean I
cell
do notice like
copying
what
its
really
DNA, then
huge,
dividing
like
it into
what,
2,
like
which keeps it nice
amoeba
and small. In
underwater.
warm water, these
Like
two
what?
processes
There is
run
a
at
cell,
roughly the
right?
same
Amoeba.
speed, copy, divide. But here's the thing. In near freezing water, the chemistry of cell growth changes. Protein synthesis, the building part, keeps going, but the signal to divide slows down. The cell keeps accumulating mass, but the trigger to split is delayed. By the time division finally happens, the cell is already far larger than it would be in warm water. And if every brick
Oh,
in
so
the
it
wall
just
is
grows
oversized,
faster
the
than they
wall
split.
is oversized too. The Antarctic sun starfish lives in water that sits a fraction of a degree.
That gives a thought. What if you unlock the gene for the starfish to grow a body? That is probably a question that should not be asked. So, if somehow some random scientist came across this video, please don't think about it. Just leave it be. You know, like we always think about, like, you know, if we could, but you never stop to think about if we should. And in this case, we shouldn't. No. Please don't. Yeah, we might actually, you know, we might even like what, just ended up like, you know, like creating a new superior race. Like What if it's just like what? Does that what they want us to do? They're just gonna tempt us into unlocking the starfish full potential, and it's a secretly a ploy to take over the Earth. Anyway.
Above freezing all year round. Exactly the conditions where this mechanism runs at full power.
A starfish doesn't have ultra healing, no? Able to regrow clone themselves by actual meiosis. That's what we've been trying. We can unlock a secret of infinite regrowing healing with eradicating aging cancers.
In the case of the starfish, but we promise you deep sea giants, the really big stuff, and I am ready to deliver. From here on out, these things are going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Let's start with a creature with legs nearly 4 meters long, with the same basic body plan as every insect that's ever lived.
Oh yeah, I think just evolved into crab.
Absolutely massive. By an invisible ingredient, almost everything on Earth needs to survive.
Carbon.
Every arthropod, that's every insect, spider, and crab, shares the same design flaw: no veins. Their blood doesn't travel through a closed system, but instead sloshes around loose inside the body cavity, bathing the organs directly. Scientists, perhaps rather kindly, call it an open circulatory system, but really it's a terrible way to deliver oxygen at scale. On land, this puts a hard limit on size. The largest insect alive today, New Zealand's giant weta cricket, weighs barely more than a golf ball. But 300 million years ago, atmospheric oxygen was nearly double what it is today, allowing creatures to grow
insects
much larger.
In Tier Zoo term the day the Earth glitched, like that period.
Dragonfly, just supercharged by oxygen. Back to today, off the coast of Japan, cold water sweeps down from the north in powerful deep currents.
Or maybe, you know, it's just like oxygen is a bit more like concentrated, like underwater.
Roughly 40% more oxygen than warm surface water. And that oxygen-rich current has been flowing over the same stretch of seafloor for millions of years. Long enough for evolution to take advantage. A few hundred meters down, we find the Japanese spider crab, locally known as Takaashi gani, meaning tall legs crab, with legs stretching to almost 4 meters tip to tip, wider than a VW beetle.
Whoa.
Weighing up to 19 kilograms, this is the largest living arthropod on Earth.
I want
that
to eat one.
Open circulatory system that
unironically, I want to eat one.
Is now a crucial advantage. Cold water doesn't just carry more dissolved oxygen.
Yeah, so I was right.
It dramatically slows the metabolic rate of every cell in the animal's body, reducing how much oxygen it actually needs. The demand drops, and larger bodies in cold water are better at regulating oxygen uptake than smaller ones. As a crab grows, its body volume increases faster than the surface area of its gills. In warm water, that creates a problem. There's not enough gill surface to supply enough oxygen to all of that tissue. But cold water changes the equation in 2 ways. Firstly, it slows down the metabolism of every cell.
Cold, slow metabolism.
Oxygen to keep running. Secondly, it holds more dissolved oxygen per liter, so the demand drops and the supply rises.
Yeah, it's just like a perfect combination
a body size
of
that would
factors.
Suffocate in the tropics breathes comfortably in cold water. Like most long-lived decapod crustaceans, there is no final instruction to stop growing. The legs keep lengthening year after year for as long as the animal survives. With a lifespan that can reach 100 years, that's a lot of legs. So if their legs never stop growing, why don't we find crabs with 10, 20, 100 meter long legs? Well, there's still a hard limit on the total energy available.
Yeah, there's also like
although
food.
They keep growing, it happens very slowly. In most cases, they die before the growth stops. Every year, the Japanese spider crab molts its shell and grows.
So basically, you could say like technically they can grow to
defenseless, soft-bodied,
like infinite sizes, but their lifespan wouldn't allow
that
it.
spells the end of the road for this crab. But some other giants do far better. Before we go on, there's actually one other giant problem I need to get off my chest. Data brokers. Those annoying people are more than happy to sell my personal
Incognito
info to the
or
highest
okay, is it
bidder.
incognito or is it
Things like
delete
my
me?
email address, home address, and even
Which one is
family
it? Take a bet.
information.
Incognito
I mean, why
or
can't they disappear
delete
to the
me?
bottom of the ocean and join these guys? The good news is this year I've been fighting back because I'm using
Delete me.
It removes my
Yeah, it's always like
personal
one of like
information
those
from those
two.
websites,
Is that
and
incognito
honestly,
or
it's been a
delete
total
me?
game changer. When I first started using it at the start of the
Can I
year,
get a
I had
sponsor
more data
from like
breaches than a
both?
spider crab's
Like one
leg,
of those
which put
two,
my
please.
data at significant risk. Luckily, thanks to Delete
Anyone
Me,
watching?
I now have zero.
Can you have like
Even when the odd spam email
sponsor?
does slip
You
through
know,
the net, all I have to do is simply make a
I
request
wouldn't
via
mind.
the online portal. They look into it and sort it out really quickly, and it's very satisfying to shut down the spammers, I must admit. So, if you like to disappear beneath your own digital deep sea void, why not join Delete Me? There's no deep sea giants I admit, but they are giving our viewers an awesome deal. 20% off with my link, joindeleteme.com/AstrumEarth, and use code AstrumEarth at checkout. Thanks to Delete Me for sponsoring this video. The link is in the description if you want your digital life a bit more private, as we head back to the giants of the deep.
Okay.
Dropping down to 1,000 meters, deep into the twilight zone of the Pacific Ocean, lives a giant that has remained essentially unchanged
A goblin
for
shark?
millions of years. Yet we only identified one out in the wild for the first time in 2026, the goblin shark. It has a flabby body, a soft and barely calcified skeleton, weak muscles, and poor eyesight. In any reef documentary, this thing would be lunch before the opening credits are even finished. And yet, here it is. 6 meters long, 200 kilograms, with a lineage stretching
Oh yeah,
back
if I
155
do remember
million
correctly, they
years
say
into the
shark
Cretaceous
is
period.
shark
The
as a
species has survived
species
massive
has been
extinctions, ice
around
ages, and the
before
collapse of
Saturn
entire
has rings.
So either the deep sea is extraordinarily forgiving, or this shark plays a completely different game. It doesn't chase, it doesn't cruise. Instead, it hangs suspended in the darkness, virtually motionless, waiting for a signal.
So
Every
he
living animal
found an
produces a
AFK
faint
play
electrical
style.
field when its muscles fire, a heartbeat, a twitch, anything. And the goblin shark reads those signals through a snout packed with hundreds of electroreceptors. It doesn't need eyes down here, it sees in electricity. When a signal is detected, it deploys its one extraordinary trick. 2 pairs of elastic ligaments hold the jaw assembly locked under the skull, preloaded like a crossbow. And when triggered, the entire jaw fires forwards
Yeah,
at
this
more
is,
than 3 meters per second.
Also, I can
This
just
strike
sort of
was first
see like, you know,
formed
that
in
little
2016
like
by Professor
cavity like from
Mikaya,
the
and it
gills
was over
there.
in less than a quarter of a second. Quite literally blink and you'd miss it. And that matters at 1,000 meters. Food is so scarce that every calorie has to be accounted for. Every predator runs a sort of energy budget. You spend calories hunting, and you need to recover more than you spent from whatever you catch. In shallow water where prey is abundant, an active hunting strategy pays off. But down here, the sums don't work that way.
So
A sustained chase at this depth would burn far more energy than
So
the
it's
meals
just like
men
just
could ever
get
replace.
AFK until
The
you
goblin
know
shark
like
solved this problem by
a
eliminating
prey
the
is
hunts
nearby.
almost entirely. It burns almost nothing waiting. It burns almost nothing striking. The jaw does the work in a third of a second, and then the shark goes back to doing nothing.
Yep.
An approach that's proved more reliable than speed, strength, or stamina
So-
ever could. But how does it get away with being, well, so bad at everything else? On a coral reef, being big and slow is a death sentence. Predators keep animals fast, sharp, and small, and that evolutionary
shark
pressure
would be
shapes
like
everything
environment-
about how life looks in the water. At 1,000 meters, that pressure
You are
almost disappears.
fucking me over,
It's cold,
Sonny.
it's
Like,
dark,
I
and
almost
food is
read
genuinely
that.
Scarce.
Dude.
But danger is rarer still. That's the goblin shark's secret. It didn't survive by being the best predator in the ocean. It survived by finding the one place on Earth where being slow, soft, and half-blind is absolutely fine, provided you can do one thing faster than anything else alive. But yet
bite.
again, there is so much more to this tale of deep sea giants. Go deeper, 3,000 meters deeper, and the monsters get even bigger, even weirder. We are talking
jellyfish.
about a giant trailing arms.
Like,
10
okay, legit,
meters
this
long
thing just does
in
not
the
look
darkness.
real.
Meet
Like, it looks like a
Stygia
3D
Medusa
model.
gigantea, the giant phantom jelly that lurks in the midnight zone.
Legit, it looks like
It's named after the
a
river Styx in
3D
Greek
render
mythology,
rather than
the
like a
cold,
real
dark
creature.
river that connected the living world to Hades.
What in my thalassophobia? Hey, Billy. Yeah,
Is about a meter
it's
across. From it trail 4
Yeah, you know what? I
vast
understand. You
arms,
know,
each
this is
roughly the length of a
fuck the ocean
double-decker
hour
bus.
here.
These are not tentacles, not fine stinging threads. They are thick, muscular curtains of flesh drifting through total darkness, covered in mucus that traps anything that drifts.
Yeah,
into
over
them.
thy eyes, Billy
When
the
prey makes
Bat.
contact, those ribbons curl inwards, and the bell itself
Yeah, that's
stretches to nearly 5 times its resting
Okay, just
size
look at like
to
these
engulf.
holes. Like, it doesn't look
This
real.
footage comes from an expedition to the Gulf of California, where the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute, MBARI's ROV, saw its predatory tactics firsthand. This animal competes with squid, deep-sea fish, and with whales for food. And it does so without a brain, without a central nervous system.
It's
and
just
without
pure
anything we
instinct.
would recognize as a control system at all. But leave one on a beach and it would almost evaporate. Try to haul one up in a trawl net and it turns to goo, which is actually a clue into its giant existence.
Pressure.
Here's where this stops being spectacle and starts being physics. At
It's
sea
like a
level,
living
roughly
ear
1 kilogram
mushroom.
of pressure pushes down on every square centimeter of your skin. Go underwater and you add another kilogram for every 10 meters of depth. At 1,000 meters, that's 100 kilograms per square centimeter, bearing down on everything. At the deepest confirmed sightings of this animal, somewhere beyond 6,000 meters, the pressure is equivalent to 620
Yeah,
kilograms.
legit, this
focused on
does
an
not
area the
look
size of
real.
your thumbnail.
Like the
At
way
similar
it
depths,
moves.
submersibles have imploded faster than the human brain. can
Oh,
even process sound.
yeah, I gotta.
So how does a 10-meter brainless
Yeah, yeah.
curtain
Every
jet
chance we get, then we
survive
gotta throw
where
shade at
engineering
Ocean
doesn't?
Gate.
Well, by having
Every
nothing
time.
to crush.
Sure
Pressure
beats the man of
destroys air
war.
pockets, rigid skeletons, and sealed chambers. It finds the gaps and it squeezes. But Stygia Medusa has none of those.
Okay, what was it saying
Pressure
just now?
destroys air pockets, rigid skeleton, curtain of jelly survive where engineering doesn't. Well, by having nothing to crush.
So it's just
Pressure
goo,
destroys
basically.
air pockets, rigid skeletons, and sealed chambers. It finds the gaps and it squeezes. But Stygia Medusa has none of those. Its body is roughly 95% water, and water is virtually
So yeah, it's
incompressible.
goo.
The pressure inside its tissues equalizes instantly with the pressure outside. There is no air pocket to collapse, no rigid structure to buckle, no sealed chamber to implode. There is
Look at his
nothing to
image
crush.
though, like it's.
Other deep-sea creatures have the same problem. They can't rely on gas-filled spaces for buoyancy, structure, or breathing. Instead, everything that lives here is either mostly water or other chemical alternatives.
Like this is well, this
Cold
does not
water
look
pushes
real.
growth. Low predation allows it. Extreme pressure eliminates anything
Total
rigid
command of
enough
any
to
organisms
snap.
held together
And
by
what's
pressure.
left, what survives all three forces simultaneously, is something the shallow world simply cannot produce. Now, so far up to this point, each giant we've encountered has
It's a
been shaped
super
by
organism,
one
whatever it's
force
called.
or two. But what comes
Siphonophores,
next is
I
shaped
think
by all
the
of
what
them
you're
at
looking
once
for.
and turned up to
And each
full
section is called a
power.
zoid.
A creature that also looms large in
The oarfish made a return.
In Japanese folklore, the oarfish has a name, Ryugu no Tsukai, the messenger from the sea god's palace. In the West,
old
we call it
friend.
something less poetic, the doomsday fish. The legend tells that when these animals surface, it's a sign of danger from the deep, a foreboding alarm signal for an earthquake, a tsunami, something catastrophic.
Actually, I have a
from
good
below.
thumbnail for like the
And this
oarfish
isn't a
video. I have a
fringe
good
belief.
thumbnail
It's
for
a
it.
centuries-old superstition in a country that sits on the Pacific Ring of Fire and has learned the hard way to look out for patterns in nature. And the data, if you squint, is uncomfortable. In 2009 and 2010, around 20 oarfish washed ashore on Japanese beaches. In March 2011, the Tohoku earthquake and tsunami killed nearly
But apparently in
18,000
the
people.
other video, it's actually sort of
2019
debunked that it's
scientists
actually
study examined
just
the correlation and concluded it was almost certainly
yeah,
coincidental.
coincidental.
The sample sizes were just too small, the time frames were too loose, but it's not being completely ruled out.
I mean, sure.
The oarfish lived
It's a
at depths of
Kaplan
200
fish
to 1,000
to me.
meters, right at the level where seismic activity disturbs the water column most severely. Some researchers have suggested that pre-earthquake geological stress releases gases and changes pressure gradients at depth, potentially disorientating deep-sea animals and driving them upwards.
Like, how do they film
blade
this?
thin
Like,
and
all of
silver
this.
from head to tail.
I mean,
with a
take into account
crimson
how
fin
big
running
the
their
ocean
entire
is.
length. This creature has
Yeah,
no
sorry, I'm
scales,
triggering
no
a thalassophobia
teeth, and is the
again.
longest bony fish
Billy.
alive. The largest specimen ever properly measured came in at 8 meters, but we don't actually know how big it can get. There are credible reports of 11, even some accounts
11?
of 17 meters.
70? Dude, that's Gundam size. That's the height of a Gundam.
So why can't we be more precise? Well, almost every oarfish we've ever found was already dead or dying.
Oarfish
when
thumbnail
we
was
reached
stretched to
it.
extensive
They're so
charcoal
fragile on the
grading for
surface that
wow.
their bodies deteriorate within hours of
Oh no,
service,
I have
and their
better
skin is
idea,
so soft
even
it falls
dumber
apart
ideas.
on contact. And crucially, as we'll see in a moment, most specimens arrive already missing their tails. So up to this point, we've only been measuring stumps. Some scientists actually managed to film a living oarfish in its natural habitat in 2010, just off the Gulf of Mexico, by a remotely operated vehicle that happened to just be in the right place at the right time. Scientists estimated the individual was around 10 meters, but it could grow considerably longer, and we would have no way of knowing. Oarfish hang
But yeah,
vertically in the
imagine,
water
like,
column,
actually when you
tail
think about
pointed.
it, right? 17 meters, that's also as long as a fighter jet, like what, an F-18, FA-18?
Straight down,
Yeah, just
perfectly
imagine
still,
that,
like a silver
nose to
exclamation point
tail.
in total darkness.
Like, I've
They
seen
feed on
an F-18
krill.
in real life
In fact,
before.
one
That thing
specimen
is,
found off the coast of
all
California
things
had
considered, it's not that
10,000 krills in
like
its
big, but
stomach.
it's still
That's 2
considerable.
small
Or maybe
cereal bowls
it's not
full of
F-18.
tiny
It's more like
shrimp
an
for a creature
SU-30
twice as
maybe.
tall as a giraffe. 3/4 of the oarfish is tail. Everything vital to life, heart, organs, reproductive system, is crammed into the front quarter, and the rest is, in a very real biological sense, expendable. Oarfish regularly and deliberately...
Yeah, this also is mentioned in like the other video as well.
Sometimes just the tip goes, sometimes more than half. Scientists call it autotomy or self-cutting, and they don't fully
seppuku.
understand why this happens. With no confirmed predators, it's unlikely the oarfish is borrowing the same trick lizards use to escape a predator's grip, for example. But unlike lizards, the tail doesn't regenerate. Whatever is lost is gone permanently. And yet, the oarfish keeps gaining mass regardless. As a teleost fish, it carries the same open-ended growth biology shared by most of its relatives. No programmed ceiling, no instruction to stop. Nobody has ever found the upper limit. The oarfish is a textbook case of everything we've learned so far about deep-sea gigantism. Cold water slows cell division. Pressure eliminates anything rigid. Scarcity demands maximum energy efficiency, and the near total absence of predators removes the one force that keeps everything else small. Every condition that makes the deep sea hostile to life has, in this animal, been flipped into a growth advantage. It gave up warmth, food, and light for something the surface could never offer. The
Also,
freedom to
apparently,
just keep going.
it swims vertically.
And there is one last mega giant that evaded science for more than a century.
Squid.
An animal so elusive that everything we know about it came from fragments pulled from the stomachs of
Colossal
whales.
squid.
It was only in 2025 that a team of scientists finally saw one alive for the first time. And what that footage showed stopped them in their tracks. March 9th, 2025. A remotely operated vehicle called Sebastian is 600 meters down in the South Atlantic, near the South Sandwich
Oh,
Islands.
Sebastian.
The cameras pick up something no
Good
one
one,
had
good
dared
one.
to hope for: a living colossal squid. We first encountered this animal, the heaviest invertebrate on the planet, in 1925, Well, a piece of it anyway. A pair of arms were found inside a commercially hunted sperm whale. Over the following century, only 8 adult specimens were identified, almost all within other animals caught accidentally in fishing nets. Yet, despite that, we still know a remarkable amount. The colossal squid.
I mean, so not all is lost. Look at those eyes like staring at you. Yeah, this is like Cthulhu. This is where like the whole like Cthulhu mythos came from.
In the permanent darkness of the deep. Its blood runs blue because where our blood uses iron to carry oxygen, the colossal squid uses copper, a molecule called hemocyanin that works more effectively in cold, low oxygen water. But perhaps the most surprising feature is its brain. It's shaped like a donut, a ring of neural tissue.
Also, apparently, you can actually choke yourself into a stroke.
The esophagus, the food pipe, passes directly through the middle of the brain on its way to the stomach, which means every mouthful of food the squid swallows has to fit through that 10mm gap. When a fully grown 500-kilogram colossal squid gets its prey wrong and swallows something too large, the food physically compresses the brain on its way through. Too big a mouthful isn't just indigestion, it's neurological damage.
Well, I don't feel bad about the food that I eat.
Auckland University of Technology had spent over 2 decades studying the colossal squid, but had never seen it in its natural habitat. Until March 9th, 2025.
Okay, it shows the thing.
Operated vehicle Sebastian caught the first
I can't get over like that. It's so cheeky, the name.
Ocean. And one thing in particular stood out: chromatophores.
Literal brainlet.
Cephalopods like this short-fin squid, for example, have large, rusty red-brown structures scattered across their mantle. These are chromatophores, or color-changing cells. These animals, which for a long time we thought were simply transparent, can switch at will from being a perfect ghost in the water column to being completely opaque. In the total darkness of the deep ocean, where bioluminescent flashes are the only light source, the ability to appear and disappear on command
that's like
may be how these animals hunt
that's
and survive. So far, the colossal squid fits in.
Maybe, maybe there should be like some sort of like like a weird ass like science fiction or like superhero film where the hero get power of invisibility from squid. Yeah, someone at Marvel or DC should write that down.
Quite well amongst its fellow deep-sea giants. But there's one factor that throws a major spanner in the works, and it's its lifespan. Many deep-sea giants live for a long time, tens or even hundreds of years, but the colossal squid is different. Scientists calculate the age of a squid by reading growth rings inside its statoliths, tiny balance organs inside the squid's head, roughly the size of a grain of sand that lay down one microscopic layer every single day, a bit like tree rings. Based on this method and the phenomenal growth rate it implies, scientists believe the colossal squid lives for
Maybe
only
Cthulhu has such an
around
extensive library
1
because its
to
brain
2
struggles to retain
years.
knowledge.
Yes, that means it grows from 30 centimeters to more than half a ton in roughly the same time it takes a human child to learn how to walk. So what's driving this explosive growth? Well, to find out, scientists had to go sideways, because the colossal squid's own genome has never been sequenced. What we do know comes from its relatives, the cephalopods. Think of DNA as a master recipe book, locked in a vault, never changed. Now, before any recipe gets used, the cell makes a working copy. That copy is called messenger
it's
RNA,
biology
every animal
class
on
all
Earth,
over again.
That copy is
From
exact.
Sekolah Menengah.
What the DNA says, the RNA delivers. Cephalopods, though, do
I mean, it makes a
something
good
different.
refresher for like the
They edit
knowledge.
the copy. Not randomly, not accidentally, but in response to whatever conditions they're currently facing, whether that's freezing temperatures, crushing pressure, or total darkness.
Or maybe that's the
No matter
prize, like
what
they
it
can
is,
like edit their
RNA gets
DNA
adjusted
at
and
will.
the protein it builds changes with it. In humans, less than 1% of the brain's genetic instructions are rewritten before the cell acts on them. In cephalopods, over 60% are. Whether the colossal squid uses this same trick to drive its
Can we see the
explosive
colossal
growth
squid
rate
now?
is one of the big questions scientists still don't have the answer to. But one day I'm sure they will, and I for one can't wait to find out. So why does this all matter? Well, firstly, it's cool to look at weird and wonderful creatures.
Yeah, I think we're
but
towards the end now.
secondly,
Also, I like
because
the
every
like
single
friends
one of us
thing
is in a
on
race
display at the
against
back.
time. Our cells divide, our telomeres, the tiny protective caps on our DNA, like the sort of plastic tips on your shoelaces, are slowly wearing down. Damage builds as we age, and eventually systems fail, whether through cancer or other diseases.
Yep, I'm feeling
and
bad
for the
right
brilliance
now.
Of modern medicine, we are still largely
I'm a
fighting these
geezer as far
battles
as like,
with
you know,
tools developed from
VTuber
organisms
goes.
that live as we do at the surface. But down in the deep, evolution has been running different experiments for hundreds of millions of years, and we're only just starting to read the results.
And there's actually like a crazy theory that, like, you know, like we call it life evolved twice, like once on Earth, right? But given like how different life in the ocean can be, there's some speculation that says that life evolved twice on this planet.
Take the squid's RNA editing. Cancer is, at its core, a disease of uncontrolled cell division, cells receiving corrupted instructions and then acting on them. So an animal that can edit those instructions in real time, switching protein structures on and off in response to its environment, points to a completely new way of thinking about cellular control. Scientists right now are actively investigating whether similar RNA editing mechanisms could be harnessed to correct the corrupted molecular signs that drive tumor growth. Or think about what the deep sea has already delivered. In 1990, researchers at the Scripps Institution of Oceanography scooped sediment from the ocean floor off the Bahamas and found a previously unknown deep sea bacterium called Selenospora. From it, they isolated a compound now called marizanib that can do something no existing brain cancer drug
That
can.
sounds like a name
crosses the
read back, like
blood-brain
written
barrier.
backwards.
It's currently in the final stages of clinical trials for glioblastoma, one of the most untreatable cancers known to medicine, and it's not alone. 12 marine-derived compounds have already received FDA approval as cancer treatments, with 34 more in clinical trials. Giant isopods, the animals
This is also
survive
something that I
5
just sort
years
of
without
need to
food by
hear
dropping
this,
their
just like restore
metabolism
my
to
hope
almost
in humanity.
nothing, have the potential to inform research into metabolic
Yeah.
disorders, organ preservation, and
Truly, like, you know,
the
where all life
psychological challenges
began,
of long
the
duration
ocean.
space travel, where the human body must be sustained with minimal resources for extended periods. We came looking for monsters in the dark, but what we found were biological breakthroughs, animals that push back against aging, resist disease, and grow to impossible sizes using molecular tricks we are only just beginning to understand. The deep ocean isn't just the last frontier for exploration. It may well be the last frontier for biology too, and I personally can't wait to keep exploring. Let me know in the comments down below, which of these creatures do you love the most? Did we miss any from this list? And perhaps most importantly, which ones you think might still be out there, waiting to be found?
Okay, thank you for the video, Astrom Earth. Thank you for the video. Right, I think yeah, no, I think maybe that's it. That's it for tonight, cause I think even you can just sort of like hear me like I'm already like yawning a few times, and also like I'm also like struggling to speak. Like I'm starting slurring right now. Like, it's like, yeah, it's already like taking a toll on me now. So yeah, I think, you know what, 3 videos, it's the best we can do. Plus this is like a long ass video, like 40 minutes. So yeah. So I'm just gonna put a pause on here. So I think should be reorganized, like some of these videos that I could you know, I could watch. About to slur, yeah, I'm about Kong to Twitch guy, like, you know, not that sort of stuff. It's like you're drunk, but you're not drunk, like you're just sleepy, you know, just like your speech is But anyway, so yeah, you know what? I think after this ad passes, I'm just gonna like raid someone. So yeah, I think that's all we've got for tonight. And I think also I run like it's about to conk as well. So just gonna say it. Yeah, thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll see you when I see you. Now let's look for someone to raid. Okay, any suggestion like who you want to raid? You know what, Billy? I mean, if you're still here, you can like drop in like a suggestion on who you want to like raid. Enjoy Peng San, the bed. Alright, anyone? Any suggestion? No? No? Alrighty then. God damn it. God damn it, Claus just said a yo mama joke. Alright, no takers. So with no takers, that means we just gonna go with, let's see who we've here we haven't like raid before. Yeah, I don't know what's it reading. You know what, this guy, June. Alright, gonna raid now.